Ciao.
Hey.
Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Records of the Realms. Welcome to Earth Arc. These are the crystal gems.
And you almost said Radiant Babes. I could hear it. I could hear it in your voice. You almost said Radiant Babes.
I do that one so much more. Leave me alone.
We're harder to track down.
Radiant Babes.
I mean, we can all be Radiant Babes.
That's
the light art group is the Radiant Babes.
You guys can't be the Radiant Babes unless you go to Wishfall. If
We're
you guys
shiny rocks.
Want to go to Wishfall?
What else is radiant?
We're pushing everybody else.
Apparently, everyone wants to go to Wishfall, so I feel like the crossover episode is going to happen a lot sooner than Vinny intended, and everyone's just going to show up in Wishfall.
Yeah, well, that'd be really difficult.
Wishfall is the. If you were ever going to rename Las Vegas, Wishfall is a great title because everyone goes in with big dreams and they crash.
Your wishes tend to fall.
And it's very expensive.
I'm glad you guys are getting
the
name. Anyways, hi, all of you lovely folks out there. We're going to do some quick announcements. We're going to do a quick round of everyone saying hi, and then recapping if you didn't remember what happened last time. For the announcements, if you're going to PAX, check out me and Mel being there, because we're going to be there.
Hey, we're going!
Yeah, so you can come hang out with us. I think Griff is having an audio issue.
No. You said first announcement, so I'm holding up a 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's making sure we're on track.
Cool, appreciate it. If you want
we're already off track, it's fine.
Yeah. If you want to check out our Tiltify down in the corner, we're going to toss up a link. It helps out Best Friends Animal Society. It's for the familiars. It helps out animals. We super appreciate it. It also gets rewards and detriments for the players as well, which is always fun. Third, I guess, technically, for including the first one. If you want to check out our stream store, you can see some real fun merch that I think Meg is the current one wearing at this time.
Yep.
So
yeah, Meg's wearing it.
If you want to check out the awesome work made by melloette up here. And then a final thing, if you want to get 20% off decks of many things, dice, or PDFs, or books related to D&D, you can go and check out Gemhammer and use the code REX for 20% off. Beyond that, we're going to do our intros.
Wait, is that Rex REX or RECS? I'm assuming RECS.
RECKS, yeah.
Oh, see, you gotta spell that. Now everyone's going to catch that on pass.
Yes,
it's
but
written
it also
in the
says
chat.
it, in the chat.
That's yeah. That's why we do chat commands. Those are helpful.
What?
So appreciated, though. Appreciate you checking in. That's Griff. I'm Vinny, also known as Vander. You can find me at vander.vision for cosplay photography, videography, and D&D content. We're gonna put it up to Meg.
Oh, hi. Me first this time.
I'm pretty sure it's you first every time when all of us are here.
Nope.
It used to be me first, but now things have changed in the Discord. Names are different.
Oh.
So, my bad.
Point.
Oh no, wait, are things things are backwards. I'm so sorry.
That's
Oops.
fine. I will fix
I
that.
gotta change it really quick.
I got it. No, you got it. You just do your intro, Meg.
Okay. I will do nothing. Sorry.
I feel like I've already done my intro.
In the community Discord, my handle says melloette. It doesn't say Bliss on it anymore. So
I'm switching it, and we're fine.
Haven't you seen how many times Meg has blinked already? Morse code has said the whole intro.
By the way, as we troubleshoot my mistake, you should come hang out in our Discord. We have a community Discord. If you want to come,
we do.
Yeah, if you want to let me scream to you about Vinny's world lore because I'm in too many of the campaigns. Come hang out.
It's the Mel Show. Hey, look, it's Mel.
Oh, fuck you.
Starring Vinny. So, yes, I'm Meg. I play the Ranger Firbolg, Skaldi, who don't talk much, but apparently I have to do more talking this time, I guess. There's been a request. What do we do? Socials, Hassan cosplay photography. That's pretty much it. Did I forget something?
Nope. Oh, here's a fun one.
What's your favorite color?
What's every character's
Green.
What's every character's favorite food for Thanksgiving? From Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Well, Skaldi is pretty much just me, so I'm gonna say that apple pie I had. It's specifically from Maine. It's like really good.
Skaldi likes Maine apple pie. Got it.
Yes, fresh apples from Maine with a crumble on top.
Yum.
Toss it up to Becca.
Hi, I'm Becca. I play Gwen in every campaign with Vinny so far. Socials are same as every time. Greengrasspony, nothing has changed. And favorite Thanksgiving food. Well, I always love cranberry sauce. But
Potatoes.
I don't have potatoes on Thanksgiving. That's the thing. We just don't have them. But Gwen definitely likes comfort food, and my aunt made a really good challah bread stuffing this year. So probably that.
Nice.
None of us know what order.
I don't know who's next. Griffin?
Griffin.
It's Griffin.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Griffin. I'm playing Eleira. And Elira's favorite Thanksgiving style food would probably be something like a meaty casserole. Probably like turkey and stuffing, but like mashed together. That seems like her vibe.
That is fair. Solid vibe.
And I guess that leaves Mel.
Oh shit, hi, that's me. Hi, my name is Mel. You can find me on most socials as melloette. I'm here way too often. And tonight I'm playing Bliss, aka Serenity Castrovel, the OG one, not the one in Gentlefolk. Yeah, and she's the party's very happy-go-lucky, Way of the Four Elements monk with a level in cleric. And her Thanksgiving food, I feel like, would be fuck. Pumpkin pie?
Honey-coated asparagus.
Honey-coated what now?
I like asparagus.
Honey-coated
and even
asparagus.
I
that
also
did
like
not sound
asparagus,
good.
but that sounded strange.
Pretty sure
but
that's how my mom makes
tasty.
it.
Interesting. No,
You
I
put
think
honey
her,
on it, you throw it in the oven.
I think her top food would be pumpkin pie.
So you're not going with your first answer. Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
Her girlfriend.
Becca, I love you.
Meal that
You
gives
can just
all
leave
year
it there.
round.
Vanished.
Just leave it at that. I love you.
We can leave it there. Cool. And now, I think, 'cause since we're making Meg do all the talking, Meg, you plan on doing the recap, or Mel, do you have a recap
Part.
planned?
I can actually recap, but now you do it.
Okay. We talked with Irona and we learned what happened when Bliss was born. It's a story. Gwen commissions a dragon scale magic breastplate. We all purchased magic fruit, which is only going to go well. We visited a zoo, which was beautiful and purposefully distracting Vincent. Then we had combat with Katho, Uthin, and Anna, and we got Anna to leave, I guess. We win, but Elena gets blown up by Eleira. Oops.
Oops.
That is a rough technicality.
She got ejected from the chest that she was locked in and slammed into an ice wall.
Yes, but I
That
didn't
also
blow her up.
exploded.
I set
What,
Oh,
continue
off.
chest
the tradition
exploded?
of
Yeah.
accidentally burning
Oh,
people?
fuck. Well,
I set off the explosion. I did not intentionally cause an explosion.
You know what the fun part about actually is? Being technically right. And Meg was technically
actually.
right.
Actually.
As,
It's a good show.
as inconvenient as that may be for certain people's situation. But yeah, that is literally what happened. It was a time. It was a good time. I had fun. I hope you all had fun.
I'm sure you had a great time, Vinny.
I did. We haven't done combat in a while, so it was a fun experience.
It was fun.
I think you haven't tortured me yet, and I'm the only one who hasn't properly been tortured by you yet.
Yeah, so how's Eleira doing right now as her sister is like basically dead?
As we
Bit crunchy, bit
as
toasty.
we pop back into it, literally, pop goes the weasel. There was a ice wall that was up that when Eleira opened up the chest, Eleira was able to, I think, dodge a good portion of that damage. I think you made the
Yeah,
save.
I
But
deck saved.
Elena's body just went boom boom against the wall and then hit the ground.
Elena.
Splat. She went splat.
She went splat. She's currently not moving. We are out of combat. You are right. Anna walked away because I believe also that was Eleira being like, "Get out of here," and then she went.
Yeah, she was like commanded or something
Yeah,
or
yeah.
suggested, and she was just like, "Okay, peace."
And now currently,
Mhm.
Catho and Uthin. Catho was knocked unconscious, and Uthin, I believe, got held by somebody by like gunpoint or arrow point or something, and then was tied up. So that is currently where we're at with these three. And Elena,
Yep.
so what y'all doing?
Well, I suppose it should be a medicine check.
Yeah, that's nice. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
like I dodged kinda, but I still took a blast, and like I'm assuming I have a little bit of a concussive ringing in my ears as I'm on the ground, kind of like shaking it off.
Yeah, the very cinematic ear ringing look over, see body, can't hear any of the noise around.
And for some reason, there's no background music.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like it's a real dramatic moment or something. The song when Simba finds Mufasa's body slowly starts playing. Anyways. If you'd like to do a medicine check, whoever is doing it, you all are there and we're not in combat, so people are free to act as they want.
I would like to do a medicine check.
Sure. Roll me a medicine check. Are you just
It's
trying
not as good as it usually is because she's not a healer anymore. Where is it? No more cleric, Skaldi.
I forgot about that.
Alternate
All right.
universe.
That's a big 12.
Uh,
Can I find a pulse with that?
she's dead.
Dead. Then my plan probably won't work.
Mhm. I'm gonna walk over to Eleira, who's probably like very dazed, walking around. How are you right now? Like looking at Eleira and then looking at Elena on the ground.
I don't have words, I just have feelings, but Eleira basically actually shoot, did Skaldi announce the findings or
This is Skaldi we're talking about. Does she announce
That's fair.
anything?
but basically Eleira's just like staring in that direction, waiting for some sort of finalized report.
What's
And
your
like looking right past Becca.
Gwen?
Looking past Gwen, sorry.
What is what's Elira's passive insight?
Passive insight is 21.
Okay. I describe Scaldi's current facial expression as you find no pulse. Wow, so
Pretty
I'm
much that.
moving. Okay.
No, brows drawn like tight, and she's definitely not looking happy, and she kind of just like does a heavy sigh and like drops her hand from wherever she's checking for a pulse because like there's no pulse. Just big look of disappointment is all Eleira gets.
Lyra's gonna cast Healing Spirit onto Elena in like denial, essentially.
Yeah.
I'll kind of guide you over there, walking a little bit closer. I'm thinking about all the options. I also have healing magic, and I also have reincarnate, but I don't have resurrect. So
Yeah, right now there's just this kind of ghostly
yeah.
fox spirit
Mm.
thing nudging Elena from different angles and kind of like hopping back and forth over her body, trying to like prompt her to move as Eleira sort of like zombie walks, guided by Gwen.
As it's doing nudges, there's no movement. Whatever magic is trying to take hold and heal the body is not doing it.
Could we try CPR? Does that work in D&D?
There is an option that
Because physics don't.
Well, there was the 10 medicine checks, right?
Yeah, I can bring up the rules if people want me to explain it to them, because it is an option.
Uh,
I mean, if she eventually gets over there, she is going to like. I guess not. I don't think I have
Rage
really
explode the
any.
city.
I mean, that's coming later. But right now, I'm looking at my medicine and survival skills to see what I have, if
Mine's not the
anything.
best, but I can at least start.
Yeah.
if you want. I'll kind of gauge her expressions and I guess try to start just like manually resuscitating her.
Sure. What is Serenity doing before I describe the rules for resuscitation?
I think she's probably like the last to join the group, and she sees kind of the expression on Skaldi's face, and she looks down at Elena, and then she just goes, "Oh, um, Gwen, do you know any magic to bring someone back? Do you?"
Mm, I know magic to bring someone back, but we might have another Hassett on our hands.
Another hat.
I can't control how she comes back, but
Oh,
I can bring her back.
okay.
Um, your grandmother might have a better option, possibly. I can try. I do not think that I am against this. I'm just giving you all the options ahead of time.
Yep. I know
Um,
Iona's brought people back before. I don't know how she does it, but I know she has, but I don't know if we can get to her quickly enough in time. Um, oh,
Finny,
Yes.
remind me, as I am not able to find it in the notes. Apparently, I did not write it out here. Do
Mhm.
you happen to know off the top of your head what the deity draft file that I have does? I know it does like true sight and other stuff on whoever drinks it, but like I don't remember how much of that does anything more.
I believe there was one. I don't. I think we were because we were talking about selling it, so I didn't bother like remaking what it does. But it was the equivalent of being like, "Hi, you're a demigod for a minute." So that it includes, I think, like either like basically like the potion of invulnerability. Basically, it mixed like 5 different potions together, like potion of invulnerability and a bunch of other stuff. Um, if you want,
No, Eleira's going to like obstinately and stupidly pop the vial and pour it into Elena's mouth and like shake her head trying to get her to swallow, even though basically just wasting this on like a save attempt that
uh,
will likely not work, but
roll me a d20.
that's a 19.
That's goddamn solid. Okay, so it's not gonna bring her back. What I will say is what this is going to do is give whoever is doing the medicine check not advantage, but basically a +5 in addition to whatever they're rolling. So it's just gonna give if someone decides that they want to use the resuscitation rules, it's just gonna give someone a bonus, and then you guys can figure out what other additions y'all want to tack on. So,
Okay.
these,
I can try
so these are
if
the
yeah,
These are the rules
go
that
for
I
it.
have for resuscitation. To perform this, you have to be the process of dying has to have happened less than 10 minutes ago. You begin 10 rounds of medicine skill checks, starting at DC 25. The
Oh, Jesus
DC
Christ.
increases by 1 point each time after that. Um, you have to pass 5 checks in those 10 rounds to bring someone back to life. A natural 1 means the next check is made with disadvantage. And a natural 20 means that the difficulty rating doesn't increase at all. So basically, you go 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. In a perfect world, you only have to hit those 5, but it keeps getting worse. And nat 20s are auto successes, plus they keep the DC from getting higher, and nat 1s means something bad happens. Or not something bad happens, it just means the next check is harder. So if you would like to give this a shot, you're going to have an additional +5 from this crazy potion, and
Okay.
whatever your current bonus is, and then other people can help you as well.
Uh, okay. So here's my thoughts. I can try. I'm not very good at it, but I can try, and also I'm decently strong, kind of. So I'm hoping maybe that will give me a little bit, maybe not an advantage, but just like a little extra something, just because I've been really working on my arm muscles here, and chest compressions need your arm muscles.
Gonna arm wrestle
Um,
Elena into life.
No,
Oh my god.
no, but I have practiced a lot of CPR, and you definitely use your whole body and arms.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
just
don't know if
it's a
CPR
thing.
is the choice from an explosion, but like this
Mm.
resuscitation is definitely you using like whatever tools you have at your disposal to bring her
Yeah.
back. Like you have an adrenal gland
Yeah.
from like a tiger or something, and you're pumping the adrenaline
Oh,
into
okay,
her.
okay,
Like
okay.
it's a lot more than just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like it's a lot more than just that.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I'm willing to try. I'm
You
willing to
guys can
try
also
literally
compare
everything.
your medicine checks
yeah.
and see who has the highest medicine skill. Like, I mean, we can meta it
I
a
am-
little
got a-
bit.
Plus
I have a
That's
five.
not me.
+3.
Medicine's just 3, but I was gonna ask if we could switch it to survival for my +8, because CPR is kind of a survival thing too.
What do you have for survival?
Interesting stretch.
+8.
Ooh, yeah.
Roll me a d20. Meg.
Can you convince the DM?
Basically.
That's a
10?
10.
Okay, I will say that you could also use survival.
Okay.
Okay.
-5
also,
either way. It's up
it-
to you if you want it.
It's +5 either way.
And I mean, if we can meta it a little bit, I'm gonna basically just like, as they're saying words, Eleira's still not speaking, but like kind of just shoves Skaldi and Becca in, hoping that like
Gwen.
whoever has the highest roll and then the help action on top of the deity draft
Mhm.
+5.
Yeah, can we just help each other
Yeah, you can.
combine?
You guys
Yeah.
can do. You guys can
Help action always works.
bardic inspiration,
Awesome.
guidance, help actions, whatever the fuck you guys want.
Mhm.
I don't have
Wish I had
two of
guidance.
those. I only have the help action.
Okay, well, so
That's
whoever
alright.
Can
has-
I give bless to everybody?
that is attack
Yeah.
rolls and
Or saving throw?
Saving
Never
throws.
mind. I got so excited. That's not how that
Yeah, that would have
works.
been neat.
I mean,
Sorry,
we're
I
attacking
haven't
the
been
heart.
a proper cleric in a long
You're
time, and
attacking
having
the- I
one
am-
level in cleric is confusing.
I am granting bardic inspiration as a holdover, but that only works for one of the rolls. So
Mhm.
I actually was gonna say this at the beginning. I've been giving fate points to people in Light Arc for telling me the random trivia facts. You guys were, since we don't have fate points here, you're each going to get basically an inspiration, which basically means you each have one reroll.
Yay. Oh,
Um,
yay.
So who is doing the checks? You can technically switch out whenever you want, but I just want to know who is starting the checks. Are we going with survival?
I'm afraid.
I'll
Skaldi
start.
under.
I'll be the cursed one. I'll start.
No, I'm scared.
You can if you
It's
want.
a medicine check,
switch
right?
Out. He didn't say we have to check out or switch out.
Yeah, no, it can
Yeah.
be whoever. Like, it can just be whoever has the highest, or like if we're having Gwen start and then Skaldi take over. Doesn't. I just want to know who's doing it.
I don't know.
Okay,
Do you,
well,
do you want me to kick it
Go
off
first.
and
the
break the
longer
ice?
this
I'll
takes,
do it.
I'll go first.
the more dead
Let's
she
go.
gets,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
The more dead.
Yeah.
Start the timer now.
I'm just afraid
Okay.
of my dice.
Okay.
So Gwen's going to start
Yes.
off.
Okay. I still have the inspiration from the fight. I don't think I ever used that.
Okay.
So I'm going to use that as well. What is that? A D6?
D10.
D10.
Ooh, D10.
So,
And I have 2 more that I can do.
so you have
What does
advantage, a
D10
+5 to the
look
medicine check, and
Okay.
bardic inspiration. So,
Okay. All right.
DC 25 is the first.
Okay. So, all right. So that's a 10 plus 10 because I had a +5 and a +5.
That's
And the D10.
that's a
Come on,
pass.
dude.
It's already
No.
a pass.
22.
22.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 10 and then I have a
Ah.
+5 and then the +5 from the potion +2 of the inspiration.
So the first check.
Okay, well then, hey, use the bardic inspiration die then.
I did.
Oh.
She did.
That was how I got the extra
Oh.
2. I rolled with my pluses and the extra +5. It was a 20 plus the inspiration.
I see.
So
So that's a fail.
The DC 25 check is a fail. So we're now at a DC 26.
Okay, I'll try with the +8.
Okay.
Do we still have the
Mhm.
+5 from the potion?
You do. So it's plus
Yeah.
13.
Okay.
So it's like
Mm-hmm.
Please, not a 1. Fuck, that's a 1.
you
I'm
have
Are
done.
you
advantage.
This is
serious?
going
Well,
in
it's
the- yeah.
it's with advantage, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because we're helping
I'm
you.
assuming you're all giving the help back. Whoever is helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
That die is going
Roll
in
a
the
separate
timeout
die.
chair.
Roll a different die.
It's in the timeout chair.
Yep.
17.
That's a lot
So
better.
17 plus 13 is I don't know what.
20.
That's a 30.
30?
Oh, 30.
Yeah. So
Okay,
so
we've
Yeah.
got one.
check 2
Pass.
is a pass. You're now at DC.
Do you want to alternate or do you want to just
27.
keep going? Or
I'll
does
give it a
Serenity wanna
go.
try?
Yeah,
Go
she'll
for it.
help.
You
She'll
want
try
to?
her best. She'll try her level 1 cleric best.
Yep. So you have a
Fine.
+8 right now because of the additional +5 from the potion.
Potion.
The potion that
That Eleira
Eleira gave is
But I
giving
just dumped in her
forcibly.
face.
+5. So you have a
Plus
+5.
5.
Yeah.
Oh, this one's cocked. Nope. Okay, cool. 18 plus 3 plus 5 is
26.
26.
Okay. Did you get a bardic from Eleira?
Elira, I thought only gave a bardic to Gwen.
Oh, Gwen already
During the
had one.
battle was when I had
Oh.
it.
You wanna?
And I haven't yet, but if I'm allowed to, I will use a bonus action to do it now.
It's up to you.
Here's it. Eleira shouts something vaguely incoherent but encouraging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What do I roll?
D10.
D10. Ooh. Wait, where's my D10? That's another 2 on top of that. So 28.
Cool. 28 passes the DC 27 check. You
Ah!
are now at DC 28.
Fuck.
Okay. I'll go next. I guess if we're just round rabbiting this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
Oh,
burnt
that could
another
have been so cool. That one's cocked.
Oh, I can't get anything above a 28 after this. So
Oh, that's definitely not going to make it. That was a 17.
All right. So that is 2 passes, 2 fails. We are on check DC 29.
Okay. And I'm still adding 13.
Yep.
No. That's 4.
That's
and
with
with
advantage.
advantage still.
Oh.
We'll say this
everyone's
we are
down
all
to
helping.
all have
at this
advantage.
point, Serenity is only helping because she can't roll more than a 28.
Mhm.
So
That's 5. I rolled one higher.
oh,
Mm.
That DC 29 is a fail. DC 30.
Okay.
I think you're the
Yeah,
only one
just
who can
keep
clear it at this
going.
point.
Yeah.
But Eleira will give you a bardic inspiration die to add as well. It's the last one I can do though.
mm-hmm.
8 plus 13. And Bardic Inspiration is a what?
D10.
D10.
That's 21. So you need to
You
get
need
a 9 or a 10 on the die.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
I think if God,
Nope,
if you-
that's a 2.
Uh,
I don't think any of us has skills high enough that even with all the help that we can clear it at this point.
I mean, we can keep rolling and hope for a nat 20, but
It's DC 31. You guys have 4 fails. So
Yeah.
4 fails out of 10.
you basically need to pass the rest at this point.
Right,
Which is
but
up to
Meg can only do 13 plus whatever's rolled.
Yeah.
So at best, that's a 33. So even if...
So yeah, you guys have 2 passes, so you would need to pass the next 3 checks to bring her back. So you would need to
it's
roll
32, 33, 34.
You need to roll an 18, a
Yeah.
19, and then a 20, at the very least.
Yeah.
With
And
advantage.
we can try.
All right.
Is
can
there
try.
like a if I fail doing this, she's dead forever?
Yep.
I mean, she's
No
she's
reincarnation?
dead. No, I know. She's
Well,
just
I know,
dead.
but, like, This
No,
isn't gonna like block her
you need
reincarnation.
reincarnation. You at least need a piece of the person and them not to have
Well-
been dead for more than 10 days. So
I'm
that's
not gonna
like worst
foobar
case
this.
scenario.
I'm not gonna foobar this worse. So let's try.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. That's a nat 1. Again, you're also going in the timeout chair.
With advantage.
Ah! You're still going in the timeout chair
Yes,
right now.
fair.
Running out of dice. 7. That's no.
That's a 20 in total.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys like speed try to take care of Elena. Use whatever tricks you have, medicinal, herbal, like everything that you guys have. You use this potion that you're like, maybe none of it
Yeah.
holds. She's dead. She's dead for now. I say for now because
Well,
Yeah.
Eleira watches everyone sort of like relax and like freaks out, kind of shoves people out of the way, and tries the next 3 rolls on her own, even though they don't matter. But basically, comes up with like a 22, a 24, and a 26, but like not useful at all.
Yeah.
We can
But
try Irona. I don't know how much time can pass before she tries to revive someone, but I know that she's done it before, and they're not different. So I don't know. It kind of depends on you, Eleira. Do you care if your sister comes back as something totally different?
I don't know if she cares, but I don't.
Okay.
It's your call. In the end, it's your call.
Vinny, I have a quick question. What does Eleira... Actually, let me check the actual terms of the spell, otherwise it might not matter. Or the length of time on the spell. Where'd you go? That is... Oh, it lasts 8 hours. So... The ethereal plane. Do I know anything about entropy having less of an effect in the ethereal plane? Is that something that's plausible?
what spell is this? I need to know now.
Etherealness. It is... Oh, technically it's only self. But I guess... But my sister would count as an object at the moment, and not as a creature.
Is a corpse an object?
I mean, if you put her
Yes.
into the ethereal plane, what I would say is it would be work kind of like gentle repose in the sense that it would extend where she currently is. But because you guys took at least like 9 rounds to try to bring her back, the 1 minute has passed. So regular revivifying just is not going to cut it anymore at this point.
Right. No, that's fair.
It has to be something bigger.
Mm-hmm.
But I figure if we are going to take her back to Irona's, that I'm going to hedge my bet and like basically just be like, all right, I'm gonna follow. Let's go. Let's bring it to Irona, and at least if nothing else, she'll have a better idea than any of us have a specialty for, or someone there might.
Bliss will pick up Elena and like dead man's weight, like piggyback ride her to Irona.
So, see, she starts to do that, and she's like, no, put her on my back, put her on my back. I'm gonna slip into the ethereal plane, and hopefully it, like, slows the decomposition or whatever happens, and that way she's in better condition when we get there. So I'll just follow from the ethereal.
Okay.
How is Eleira looking right now? Just curious.
Eyes a little too wide, breathing a little too shallow. Everything on her neck is tense. There's a mild sense of panic, but there's still sort of like this practical sense. So as Bliss is helping load Elena on, and she's like trying to clear her mind for casting the spell, she like looks around and goes, "Wait, are the people who attacked us, are any of them alive here at the moment? I think we didn't kill any of them yet."
We didn't kill them.
The one named Anna, who was the spellcaster, walked away. Uthin, who was the one that was doing the like ranger archery stuff with against Skaldi, is alive and conscious and got tied up by somebody. And then the last one, Katho, who was like fighting you for the most part, Eleira, is technically unconscious because I believe she knocked them out.
Yes.
In the fight.
I'm gonna... I need to make a thought quick on whether Eleira is resolution focused or anger focused. Hope focused or anger? Anger. It's gonna be anger. Just gonna interrupt getting loaded, Elena loaded onto her back, and look over at the archer and be like, "Who set up the trap?"
I'm assuming you guys didn't like close his mouth off or anything.
Nope.
Okay. It says, that was Anna. You put a glyph in there.
Was it her idea?
No, that's, and like points to Katho, the person's unconscious. That's kind of just the practice that we do.
Okay. And she like walks over, takes out her dagger, and just slits his throat while he's unconscious.
Shit.
And then heads back over to Bliss to get loaded up with Elena, and looks at Skaldi and goes, "Make sure you loot that motherfucker. I don't know what you want to do with him. He's not my problem right now. But Nothing he owns goes back with this guy. And then,
Okay.
once Elena's on my back, I slip in and start heading to Irona's, hoping everyone else, or people in general, keep up, but now you guys are kind of like amongst yourselves to chat in my absence after that little brutality.
Yeah, Bliss kind of leads the way in a state of shock because she wasn't quite expecting Eleira to do that. Like she just kind of, there was a switch moment for a hot second. But she'll lead the group back to Irona's.
I'll take a moment to loot the body.
Roll me an investigation check. And what are you guys doing with
Walking
the?
over it.
What are you guys doing with the tied up person, if anything?
I want to drag him with us.
That's fair.
You do,
Based
or
on the
you don't?
wording, Eleira
I do.
did
Mm.
imply that she didn't care if he got released, so that's up to you guys. I mean, her wording of just nothing he owns goes back with him was the assumption of like, if you guys let him go, it's fine.
What was
Mhm.
0?
I got a 10.
10. The very
Mhm.
obvious things you find are a magical looking morning star and a magical looking double barreled musket. So also half plate armor if like someone wants half plate armor. But that's
I don't think I can wear plate armor, but that would have been cool.
you do also
Um,
find a diamond and a health potion as
Oh, I would take
Definitely
that
take
diamond.
those.
Taking everything because Lyra said so. So if we're not dragging him back, then the other guy.
well. I mean I think Gwen and Skaldi, you guys are the ones currently there. It's whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, Bliss is gone. She's like, meet you
After
guys there."
looting, Skaldi will just look at him and be like, "You gonna come after us again?"
As soon as I can figure out what to do about my friend and my other friend, probably not. Not much I can do right now.
But will you in the future?
If I can get him back alive again and actually fucking track down Anna where the hell she went, yeah, probably.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Gias.
Cool.
Love that. I have that one too.
What is
I know you do.
Can I take his weapons while he's tied up?
what is the save for gifts?
Cool.
Real quick.
18 wisdom save.
Rolled an 11.
Fantastic. So we can last a month, or let's see, do I have the spell slots left? What is it? Is that a 5th level, 7th level, or higher? Which one was me? I just want to make sure I have the other spell.
Very
Yeah.
fun spell.
I'll cast it at 7th level, so it'll last for a year.
Nice.
And I can issue any command short of an activity that was result in certain death, which it's not going to because he's going to be staying away from us.
So you can't order him to come after us again. That's good. Sorry, what?
Yeah, so basically just
Certain death. Sorry, I'm funny. Well, angry and emotional.
how should I word this?
Channel Eleira in this moment.
I'm trying to think.
Or channel Marta.
I'm trying to think of loopholes. Do not come after us. No. Don't let yourself or anyone else come after us.
Ooh, I like that. That's
Ooh.
prohibitive.
Mm-hmm. And anytime the person acts in a manner directly counter to my instructions, which would be allowing somebody to come after us or him coming after us himself, he takes 5d10 psychic damage.
Yep. I'm gonna have you just roll that for me now, because whenever this person does decide to not listen to you, I'll know what damage they take.
Sure thing. I only
What do I
have
get off of Uthin? Because I'm robbing this fucker.
Sure. Roll me
I already
another.
didn't like him.
Roll me another investigation check.
5. Here we go.
8.
That's a 9.
Not rolling
7,
good tonight.
16. That's 21. 26. 27 points of psychic damage every time he is counter to
Once a day.
the chaos. Once a day, yeah.
Um,
But if coming after us takes more than a day, he's going to continue getting psychic damage.
Yeah.
So
you find on Uthin a magical heavy crossbow, if you wish to take that, and a magical short sword. I should specify when I say magical, and so you guys know what it is. They're basically all going to be +1 for the moment until you guys actually analyze them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so +1
Yeah.
crossbow, +1 short sword, and a couple bolts for the crossbow. That's it.
Cool. Well, at least he's somewhat unarmed and cannot come after us
And
because of chaos.
studded leather armor if you want to strip him, I guess.
I won't strip him.
Love that
Because
studded leather armor.
Yeah, but most of
Throwbacks.
us can't use armor, right?
Unfortunately,
No,
no.
I think everybody but the monk can, actually.
No, there's restrictions on archery when you put on armor, I think.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Depends on the type, though. Like, I
Yeah.
think
The
I think
only
you would
other-
be proficient with studded leather,
The
though.
only people who have restrictions
I
is
think I
monk.
already have studded leather.
Monks can't wear armor, and druids can't wear armor made with metal.
Mhm.
Those are the only 2 restrictions you guys have in the group. And then, like, some of you can't wear heavy metal, probably, or heavy armor, and that's really
Yeah,
it.
there's stuff where, like, if I wear something too heavy, it inhibits my spellcasting ability.
Well, I don't want his shit.
Okay.
I
We
think I
wanted
have a special
some of his
key.
shit, but not all of his shit.
I
Got
already
it.
have medium armor on, so would studded leather be any better than that?
No. But yeah,
Then
as
fine.
it gets heavier, it
unless
gets
you
better.
fill it with spikes, like I did in Avernus.
Love that.
Cool. So yeah, you use gas. He's still tied up,
Mhm.
so unless you guys aren't doing that, he's just stuck here until someone unties him anyways. And you guys are welcome to.
Yeah,
Nah,
there.
he's fine.
You guys are welcome to go catch back up, and Anna will just keep walking around the city. I think you told her to leave, so she's probably going to like a skyship or something right now, just waiting in line for a ticket, just being like, yeah, it's taking a real long time. No, cool.
Mhm.
Eleira, you carry Elena on your back, led by Serenity to the Chancery. You are brought in. Are you guys going like straight to Irona, straight to her chambers at the ends? Or-
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, she's going to expect her to be there. She might ask. I'm blanking on names right now. Wait.
Vasul. It's like
Yeah, Vasul. Like, be like, is she in there? I need to talk to her. A kind of emergency.
yeah, like sees the you holding a bunny. Is like, yes.
Oh no, he can't see us. We're in the ethereal.
Oh,
2 of us are in the ethereal.
fair enough.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
is it permanent? Is it etherealness?
It's 8
blank?
hours.
Oh, okay. So you are
Etherealness.
got you. Okay, yeah. So sees you just walking around and like, yeah, you can head on inside. Where is everybody else?
They'll be here in a bit.
Okay. All right, head
Yeah,
on.
but I'm just gonna. Okay, she's just gonna burst in through the door.
Sure.
Hi, I'm back, and I need to talk to you.
Lyra, out of curiosity, how are you entering?
Oh, ethereal, you can just walk through doors and shit. Oh no. Can we not? Is it, like, worded?
How are you
I
entering?
mean, I'm going to keep going forward until something stops me.
If you happen to beat or follow right behind Serenity, you make it in when the door is open. If the door is shut,
yeah.
you cannot make it in there.
No, so because I don't have a familiarity with the layout, I am basically, like, following the shadowy projection of Bliss and just doing everything she does.
The One Ring projection version of reality. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly. Yeah, just following that weird.
Yeah, so you follow her in. You immediately when you get in, you feel like that there is a cutoff now, and like you feel around the room, you're like, oh, until the doors open, I can't get out of here. Not that like you are trying to, but like you feel
Right.
that once you get in here, you're like, oh, I'm stuck in this room. But yeah.
It's good to know. I'm glad I didn't go on my own.
Yeah, you guys walk in. It seems like there's just seemed to be like kind of pleasant conversation going on between Nasia. Actually, no, I think Nasia went and did her own thing too. Between Willowa and Irona. I don't remember if there's anybody else in here. Yeah, just between those two at the moment. So they're having conversation. I mean, Gwen and Skaldi, you guys are like 2-3 minutes behind. Eventually, you walk up and was like, right, if you're entering, I need weapons.
There's a long stare and then just an excessive amount of disarming because I got a whole bunch more new weapons now.
Yeah, which is the funnier part. And he's like, yeah, there's more here than there were 2 hours ago. Okay, cool. You guys are let in.
What happens when you get in a fight?
You guys are let in briefly afterwards, but Serenity, you see Irona and Willow talking, and they look over and see you probably a little messed up. Did you get hurt at all in that fight?
I took damage up about it. I'm a little under half.
Okay.
So
There's
I'm
an
a
immediate,
little beat to shit.
There's just an immediate like look of concern at both of them, seeing you come back from like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, where you were just fine, if not mildly brooding or something. Like,
Eleira's sister is dead, and we need to bring her back. We have like one potential option, but you've brought people back before, right? And they're still themselves, so that's kind of option number one right now.
what happened? Okay.
We got attacked at the zoo. I can explain afterwards. Just please, can you help?
I can. I have a way that can bring her back. She wouldn't be physically changed in the sense that she wouldn't be herself anymore, but there would be restrictions on some things. She would be.
What kind of restrictions?
You're not free with the way these people are brought back, unfortunately. So you have to die first, but that seems to be taken care of. She looks very concerned that this happened somehow very recently. There's promises and like a ritual that needs to take place where she's kind of I wouldn't need to do anything with it, but her right to live is promised to somebody, basically. And she
promised to who? What the fuck is this?
a lot of stuff I was hoping to never have to talk to anybody about. So we can bring her back if we want to. The problem is if I call this in, it's not me who does it, not fully me who does it. And if we do that, the person is going to end up giving her a white mask medallion that she's going to have to carry around forever. She's going to need to promise to obey this person and myself. And honestly, the safer end result would also be giving her a brass teardrop marker as well, because that would at least make her promise to me, meaning that she wouldn't be fully under someone else's control, and I could just kind of not do anything to her. So it's doable, but there's a lot of ifs added in.
So
Eleira out of the ethereal.
So after all that, so when you're in the ethereal plane, you can still hear conversations within 60 feet of you. So she's been listening this whole time, and now she just blinks in with Elena on her back and goes, "Deal!" and blinks back out. And you do know why she's hanging out in the ethereal plane. You get so you'll be able to explain the concept after Arona freaks out.
Bliss kind of turns briefly to where Eleira had appeared, and she just goes, "Are you sure? That sounds like a lot." And then turns back to Irona like, "I think she's trying to preserve her body in the ethereal plane right now. I don't know how much time you get to have before you have to do your ritual
There's no
thing."
limit on our end.
There's no limit.
She can come
Okay.
if she wants.
Blinks black out and just like, okay, it just seemed like a safer bet. I didn't know the terms.
No,
Would you say this is?
We say you guys walk in right at this moment.
Yeah. As we walk in, everybody looks very, very tense and stressed. I'm just gonna walk up right behind Eleira and Bliss and kind of put a gentle hand on their shoulders and cure wounds level 2.
Appreciate
Blair
you.
does tense for a second when you touch, and then like calms when she
It's-
realizes it's you.
Yeah. What was this about? Not having free will? I could hear it a little through the door, I think.
Uh,
Um,
It's some kind of technicality, but if Irona is the one in possession of that control, then I'm okay with that.
but it sounds like she's not the only one in control.
It's multifaceted, unfortunately, but
Oh.
it's the only. It's the only. If we also give her the brass teardrop, technically she's under my reign until
Something
Oh,
were to happen
what?
to you.
yes, until worse things potentially happen. But at this point,
Okay, that's less of a flat deal then.
So it's
Well,
either
look, it's
she
not a deal. I'm
retains
not
her.
trying to take
Yeah.
your sister. It's just, I'm
No,
giving
no,
you this option.
I know. If she was coming back and under the fiefdom of a trusted peer, friend, or ally, or whatever you want to call it, I think she would be fine with that. I don't think she'd be thrilled about having herself bound externally past that threshold.
She would be bound to me and then to the person who controls me.
So I guess your two options are keeps her physical form, has some sort of extra
Indentured
binding
servitude.
in the background should something happen to Irona, which
She would not like that.
Or
no
come back
offense,
free and
Irona,
probably
but you are
different.
significantly older than us, and she's still very young. So I honestly, it could go either way for anything. Or she comes back not necessarily as herself, but cognitively intact with no other binding agreements. Neither is great. You'll still get your
Okay.
sister back. It's just right now
I
you're
think-
thinking in her best interest.
She'd be happier with a physical change, but keeping her mind. She was always more intellectual than physical to begin with.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
But
she'd still keep. It sounds like she'd still keep her mind with Irona's way. It's just she wouldn't necessarily be entirely her own person.
Yeah, that's the thing she would not be thrilled about. That would bug her a lot more than showing up as an orc.
I feel like Bliss is just staring at Irona while everyone is having this conversation back and forth because this explanation does not sit right with her whatsoever.
Yeah, I did catch that. She's like,
Which
the person
part?
who controls me, and your eyes went flat.
Mm,
The controlling shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A separate thing that I would like you to roll, Serenity. Roll me a history check.
Oh, okay, cool. History check. Ooh, what is my history? Plus 11. Okay. Fuck, that almost landed on a 20. 13.
13 in total.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
that was a 12 for healing as well, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll.
Okay.
This feels like
Yes.
a time to reroll.
good call.
12 plus 11. 23.
24.
Yeah,
That's great.
that's
Much
a lot better.
better.
And it was 12 healing you said before, right, Gwen?
It is.
Yes, 12 healing.
It has been a while since you have been there, Bliss. But there is one other place where you know people have the art of healing hands. There's a temple that
Oh.
does 4 elements and Way of Mercy. You know that the Grand Masters of the Way of Mercy can bring somebody back. Very difficult, and they only have 24 hours, but it's doable.
So I feel like Bliss is like staring at Irona and she's just processing, and she's hearing the chatter in the background. And then she goes, hang on a second. My temple isn't too far from here. There are monks who could probably bring her back as she is. But we have to move quickly. We've got like 24 hours tops.
And this is an FYI to you. You guys on a wagon took like 4 days to get from the City of Sea and Sky to the bottom of the Septierra Temple.
Mm-hmm.
This is me just giving all the details. So in a perfect world, you guys have 3 different options, and depending on what you guys' capabilities are right now, all of them are accessible. So,
Do we have a way? One second. Do we have a way to? I hate to say it, but store Elena's body right now without just holding her.
The Magnificent Mansion won't preserve her any special way.
But
yes.
she won't be like in your hands right now, like
Correct.
carrying her. Okay.
Oh,
Because
we have
we
cloud
can
walk.
Form?
we can wind walk, yeah,
How long would that
and
take
that'll give
for
us 8 hours to get there, which might not get us there. It'll definitely get further, at least. 'Cause then we
Question
move
on
very quickly.
technicality. If I and Elena go into the Magnificent Mansion, can I go into the ethereal plane in the Magnificent Mansion?
technically, yes.
Okay. So if we both go in and somebody else carries the door, then you guys could, like, fly, and that at least the time that we're traveling in Cloudwalk doesn't eat into the 24 hours. Unless it's a soul thing and not a body thing on the 24-hour countdown.
That's a good point.
I don't think anyone would know that. I'm reading it, and I'm like, there's no way that
In your
as a monk
heart of
student-
hearts, what do you think?
I mean, we said before it extends the time, so I would let it happen. But
Okay.
I
I mean, Illyria's gonna hedge the bet anyway.
Serenity.
Serenity's gonna turn back to Irona and go, do you know anyone that could help us preserve her so that we have time to get to the temple? Like there's spells like that, right? That help you preserve a body so that you can have a little more time to bring it back to life, right?
Yes, I can see if we have someone around with that capability. Just give me. She closes her eyes and like points her like a finger out towards Vasul. We have a cleric or a wizard that can mental repose. Okay. Yes, we do.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay, blinks back out.
That is fair. You know.
Yeah.
Keep the
Gonna get the most out of this 8 hours.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, you might as well if you got that going on. You might as well.
Yeah.
Vinny is just being like, who can we drop? Who can we name drop randomly? As a wizard or
Oh
a
my
cleric.
God.
Who will make Mel the most angry?
No, make somebody else angry, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
He can't. I'm not in any other campaign.
Let me
Bring-
ride the high of yesterday. Come on.
Honestly, I'm still waiting for him to bring in an alternative Marta at some point.
Yeah. This doesn't.
Honestly,
this
What
doesn't
if it-
feel right
I could
for
see
that.
Marta as a cleric, though, is the problem.
What was the name of that wizard in the tower that got us into Avernus who had the tuning fork?
Oh God, what was her name?
That was,
It was like Otter.
They were an
something,
otter.
right?
yeah, there was an otter.
They were an otter.
He was.
They were an otter.
And he was super grouchy.
Grouchy little man. Well, I can't find any specific names, so I'm not
She
gonna.
old hoarder otter.
Yes.
Hoarder,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was so much shit in there.
Otter hoarder.
Yeah, well, I mean, he had an actual
Mm-hmm.
name, but that's fine. We can. Yeah, we can say that there's probably in her many employees. One of them is is a 3rd level wizard or cleric, and is capable of coming and gentle reposing her, meaning that you guys have 10 days.
Hey.
So takes a few minutes. I forget how long gentle repose takes.
Yeah, I
It's
blink
just an
back in. I'm
action.
like, okay, I can live with that. That's plenty of time.
But yeah, we can if you want, we can leave for the temple right now, and we can bring her back, no problem. With still herself, no servitude. Looks at Irona like, what the fuck?
We're gonna talk about that later. Look.
Yeah.
Do we just need the person just like, do we need anything else? Just gentle repose? Just good?
What else do you got?
You can't.
Just kind of like eyes downcast and like half zoned out.
Can you? Well, she's probably been dead too long for.
Sorry, no. Reviving is not my forte. This just happened to be one of the things that I know how to do. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Um,
No, you're.
Good luck. And
Yeah.
This is a good
it's
chat.
just like, thank you, Tungsten. That'll be all.
Stop it! Fuck you!
What was that asshole?
Fuck you! Not that guy again.
I got along fine with him in Avernus.
Everywhere.
He walks out. Um,
Damn it!
For
Why
some
is this
reason,
man
Skaldi just
literally
wants to hit
everywhere?
him.
for some reason.
Skaldi doesn't know why, but
Avernus.
just wants to backhand him.
But yeah, I mean,
Fire,
you guys do now
wish
have 10
fall.
days. So if you want to, you can, again, I mean, we got reincarnate, you have this weird option, and then you have, like, the full healing, which does... It'll take a bit, but you can get there. I mean, granted, if you guys win walk, I'm pretty sure you would make it under 24 hours anyways. So, but
Yeah, we could.
All right, then. Gwen, how long was it until you could go pick up your scales?
it was a couple
Oh
days.
shit!
She's got a couple days to wait.
Yeah,
so
a
might as
couple
well.
days.
We
Mm.
can go now, and then
Yeah.
we can walk back. I don't know.
Well, I also, if we have 10 days and it's only going to take us about a day to like cloud walk there, we don't have to rush one. It's probably smart if we don't hang around more than we have to, but I burnt the spell hour that usually allows me to re-imbue the Magnificent Mansion to get that ethereal trick to work, so I need to sleep if I
Nice.
want to not have us all have all our gear kicked out into the street from the bedroll.
Serenity puts a hand on Lyra's shoulder. Let's windwalk there. We can rest at the monastery. We'll be safe there.
I should probably still ride in the mansion and try to sleep so I can make sure it's maintained, though. I don't want it to, like, pop halfway through, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because it only lasts for 24
Doable.
hours per casting, so if it's
Mhm.
going to take a little under, then it's going to, like, fail halfway through.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. I mean, do you need to stay here then? Do we need to just wait
Oh,
here
no,
for
I
a
can-
bit and
And if we all need to rest, we can all take a rest and then go.
we
Or
can
I
head
can
out in the
just
morning because
take...
she'll be preserved for 10
Yeah.
days. So
That works too. Yeah, I think that's probably the smarter way. The other way, if you guys want to move sooner than later, I can take my nap in the mansion while you guys are cloud formed.
I'm fine with either. I just figure you want your sister back as soon as possible.
I do. But I'm also, like, now that I'm comfortable enough with uncertainty that if we have a 10-day buffer instead of a 5-minute buffer, then I am a lot more comfortable with our options.
So a wagon took about 4 days. You guys traveling in cloud form would take you about 5 hours.
Oh, well, that's a big difference in number.
Let's do it.
Then yeah, if that's the case, like, assuming that Gwen explains that, of like, does a quick estimation of
Oh, so
distance.
speedy.
Trajectory,
Plus,
airspeed.
Eleira, I can also cast Windwalk on you, so then you can like transform in and out of cloud if something were to happen, as well. So you don't
That's fair.
have to be cloud form if you're in the mansion, but like that way, at least you have the option in case something were to happen, and you can keep
No.
going, and we can keep track of what's going on here.
If it's gonna take less than a quarter of a day to get there, then yeah, going now is fine. We'll have plenty of time for me to get some rest and make sure the mansion's upkept. And I would feel more comfortable if I was actively a lookout in this process as well. So I'd rather be in cloud form. And like, she's just completely, like, all of her words, I'm trying to deliver them accurately, of like her kind of like half being absent and everything kind of being monotone and flat, and like she's trying to be reasonable, but you can sense the tension the whole time. She's just like, yeah, no, if we only have that much time, if it only takes that much time, then yeah, I can do it. But I'd rather than participate in the travel and just leave her in the mansion. That's probably better. This is gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Are you guys going to be okay by yourselves? Well, I'll just ask, like, do you want me to come with, or are you guys... When you can bring with this thing, but I don't want to crowd. It seems like it's a tense thing and a quick thing that needs to be done, so...
I have 10 people I can bring, so
If
you're very much welcome to come.
You're welcome to
If
come with, but
ye-
seems like you're catching up. So
if you are... If for some reason this doesn't work and we can get her back in time, I would prefer you be here and have that set up as an alternate in case nothing else works. I know it's not plan A, and I know I'd prefer Revivify, and I know the deal thing she wouldn't be thrilled about, but I may... I don't know, I would like the option still on the table.
It'll exist here. Aaron says, and it just gives a nod. Like, I can double check and see if there's anything I can help with over here. And I'll keep an eye on Nasia and remember when she returns too, I guess.
Yeah, somebody should fill her in. But yeah, if you could just... I don't know what the relationship is with whoever does the thing you were talking about, but if just let them know that you'll give them a heads up. We'll give you the 5 hours warning before we're on our way back, if it looks like it's necessary. So you'll have time, but just, in case it matters.
Right. Yeah, you guys have a plan all set up. You put her in the magnificent mansion. You guys are able to windwalk. Any final things before y'all zippity-doo-dah away?
Ooh,
I think Bliss just gives Irona one more sort of quizzical look because she's still processing that whole deal shit in her head, but she doesn't say anything.
So while that look is happening, Eleira's putting Elena into the Magnificent Mansion and getting her set up, and then pops back out and sees it and goes, "Oh yeah, I heard that too." Just kind of confirming for Bliss, I didn't miss the beat on that, and you're right. There's a lot of implication in her confirmation of having heard it also.
Roll an insight check if you want. Either of you, any of you.
Gonna divvy up her shit.
I mean, it is my thing. I feel like anytime insight is rolled, I should be a part
Nat
of it.
one. That was on the dice that you gave me, Vinny.
You're welcome. You're divvying out what?
Gwen's gonna get the diamond.
27.
Fair.
And who's low on healing potions? Bliss or Eleira?
I mean, I never carry one, so if you give it to me, I'll end up handing it to someone else eventually.
All right,
so
Serenity, you're
having
getting
them on hand would be dope.
Yeah, you're getting the healing potion.
Yay! I have 2 now.
Cool.
All right, we are color coded and marked. If you need it in the notes.
I think one of Elira's mottos is, if you never get hit, you don't need a healing potion.
Yeah.
I feel like Bliss tried to start that way and then just kept getting hit.
Yeah.
Well, she's a melee, close combat thing. Elira's always dipping in and out of everything.
I take point and I get punched a lot.
This is true. Those combo of words are in fact factual. Serenity, you can't read anything particular on her face. You're in a confused state with the situation in general. A lot has happened in an hour, and it's just you aren't sure what her expression reads. Eleira, you read her face. You read her look towards Serenity, giving her what the fuck is up with that? Is a very resolute expression. I did what I had to do. And that's literally the only expression that she gives for that.
At some point later, I will transmit this, because I probably can also tell that Bliss isn't catching it.
But yeah, cool. You guys are able to head out. We will take a break, but I think we're going to hand wave most of the journey, because it's a 5-hour journey, and it's straight to the temple, but we're going to take a break now. We'll come back, and well just literally say that you guys get there.
I appreciate the hand wave. That was one of those ones I'm like, if this gets dragged out in minutia for I'm gonna go crazy. I'm not used to being Mel. I'm not used to being on the spot like this.
All right. We're gonna switch off. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys. I mean, there's people. There's not a lot of people, but people.
Oh, I didn't know. I assumed we were the only 4 in the shop, so that's my mistake.
Well, I mean, his shop is kind of like an outdoor stall. Again, he's literally that guy from the opening from Aladdin, where it's it's
no, the face.
My
I want
mistake.
that. I want that face as our new group chat.
Please no. Please no.
It's happening.
Seriously, me. For fuck's sake.
You get purple.
What?
What? Don't worry about it. Shh. Through observation, we've
Theoretically.
learned how important it is to keep it to oneself.
All right, Lyra, town girl.
What's Bells doing? Yeah, I want to know how Bells is feeling right now.
She's giving shade. Talk shit, get shit.
Two. Once Bells has taken a few moments to process, they are.
Neither of us belong here. And that's it.
It's fine. It was. I belong here. Look, I had a long Sunday. Is it? We don't belong in the Undercity. We don't belong on Wishfall. We don't belong in Vagari. Can you be more specific, please? There's just like a lot of different places.
She will spend 3 first-level spell slots to answer. I'm gonna kill you,
At least
Vinny.
you're about to get your rest.
Yeah, no, thank fuck. Because I'm not sure I understand.
Is she acting good because she thinks acting good is going to keep everybody together, or is she just acting good because she got it all out of her system the night before?
She got most of it out of her system, so she's mellowed out.
Okay, that's all I was asking. Melloette? Like just a little mellow? A small mellow?
She's
You
mellowed.
had to see that coming.
I'm hanging up now.
Hi, Mel.
Walking through the entranceway is maybe Solara, Ara, Chiv, and you see a young boy with familiar hair and eyes,
Motherfucker.
with an adult old gentleman with short gray hair. There we go. The whole gang's back together. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Oh my god.
I mean, not to be a person of a singular track mind, but, you know, that's the way the kid wants to go, is just down that one tunnel instead of splaying out into these other ones. We can always check them on our way back, but...
Did you just make a one-track mind joke?
Yes, I did. Fuck off.
God. Awful.
Fen
Listen.
meows in annoyance.
I give him scritches.
George, just happy to be alive.
Yeah,
George is
just hanging out, just
George is
trotting
just
along.
doing his
Goes up to
best.
Sid, hoping for some pets.
Oh, yeah.
Been a
Gets,
minute.
Sid just picks him up and is like, oh, hi, buddy.
Oh my god.
Visual, very hard set expressions, curly, slightly auburn reddish hair. Emanates an aura or an energy around her that is frightening.
Hate this. I hate this so much.
Carries a shield with a face on it.
No! 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 Vinny, no! Vinny, no!
So
I'm so sorry that you guys have no clue, but also I'm so glad you have no clue because you would also be equally as angry.
I'm so happy that the wedding happened, so I don't have to deal with this Mel in person. this Mel in person.
Oh, I would have smacked you. I would have been like, "Hey, bud, come here, give me a hug." Smack upside the head. How fucking dare you?
I mean, I now live like.
I still think we should put in the fine print that, may induce death later on if you don't come up with the good catchphrase and transform properly.
All right, I'm coming around on this.
That's what I heard from our first meeting. So,
Must be
I mean, I'm
okay
all
with
for
hair
it.
color changes and sometimes skin tone color changes and sometimes physical species changes as well. We don't know. What if you pull the dog card and someone turns into a dog?
Okay, I'm back in.
That's gonna be confusing.
Round. How are we feeling, guys?
I am not feeling good.
Just fucking peachy.
Cool.
Did I take any damage from that real quick?
Oh, you took 14 damage. Thank you for reminding me.
So happy to help.
Never remind him.
Hey, did we have homework last night?
That was
I'm not drowning.
that was-
I am safe
That was kind of the energy that got tossed there. Trees, and it's like those could make some cool toys.
Yeah.
Some good wood.
Yeah,
Some nice
like
bark.
that would make a good grave. Like I think the justification is that would make a good grave. I would not bury somebody there.
Don't bury somebody into that dirt. Don't do it.
We're not burying anyone here. We can't kill anyone because we can't bury them
I
here.
want to know what justifies as bad dirt now.
Like if it's not going to be like
know.
good quality, if
In
it's not going
nature.
to, yeah, you would know
No,
too.
not as Lyra.
Wait.
Probably the least liked. Things that smelled awful, ratty mud off the street, and Onolove explained it as if you give even the worst thing a chance to be better, there's a good chance it might happen.
Party is lightly interrogated, sees Leon tied up and exhausted. He was in magic people cuffs, like with all the fingers. It was fun. We are accepted into the tribe, given jobs and a place to stay for the night, and instructed to report back in the morning for more stuff. Skaldi runs into her brother, shoots him in the foot.
A classic.
They do a little
Classic
talking.
Skaldi.
Yeah.
That moment did become like a defining moment for Skaldi as a personality trait.
I do love I remember so clearly, it was like, you see your brother there, and then there's just this pause, and you had to be like, what do you do? And then the pause lingered, and then it was, shoot him in the foot. Just total throwaway.
I was thinking of which was the least damaging to shoot.
I feel like Connie can't contribute to the conversation right now. She's just staring angrily at her wall, like fuming quietly. She's gone from angry throwing stage to just
trying to figure out if I have like a stress ball or something. I don't think so.
I
can
think a
be-
stress
I-
ball is kinda cutting.
I can. A barbarian can be used as a stress ball. I'm debating.
Smartass.
That doesn't count
I know
as a
it, but
solution,
like
is it?
here, this is
Got multiple.
Is that, it doesn't.
this is such a problem tonight. Fuck. Anyway, the problem is it's because Ken keeps talking.
I guess I'll just shut the fuck up.
I guess I'll
Just do like your
fuck
Bliss
up.
voice for Kid instead or something. Just use a different
No,
voice.
it's fine. It's fine.
Which Bliss voice is the question? Is one of them Southern? No.
Temerity,
You know what?
I'm-
Temerity's saying that to Asinine.
I'm gonna be real. Have you ever held a weapon before?
Oh, many a weapon, you would be surprised.
That's. I'm not talking
You
about
set
your
it up.
dick. I am not talking about your dick or someone else's dick. I'm talking about something you could. Something.
Nothing you say
you
is going to
stab
help.
with.
Nothing
Nothing
you
I've-
say is going to make it better.
Something you might potentially murder someone with.
Both of you to assume my
You can
part.
murder.
Thank you.
Connie, you can murder someone with a dick.
This is news to me.
Spoken like a true lesbian. Happy
think a
Pride Month,
lesbian-
everyone.
We would have gone and done the fucking mudslide. That would have happened at some point.
It's Sid's favorite place. It is Sid's favorite place. Sid loves dirt.
It loves dirt.
It is the great paladin that
I've
swings
got a
a
jar,
shovel
jar.
axe.
It
Of
was
course,
just,
Sid
it
loves
was
dirt.
It was just the way you said
darling.
it.
It was the way you said it.
Fantastic.
We're not
Sid loves
arguing the
dirt.
fact. It's just the.
It was the aggressive affection for dirt.
Is the I do have a question. Is the love for dirt greater than the love they have for Yvette? Because I don't.
And we're back.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Dramatic. It's
I
great.
looked away for half a second,
And all of a sudden, Griffin is crying.
I like my performative once we go live and once we come back from break. I like my little performative, like I'm not paying attention. Oh, look, there's an audience. I got it from.
I didn't see you there. Hi.
Yeah,
There was
it was so bad.
There was a show on MTV. It was a sketch comedy thing called The State, and I remember being really little, and they did like this whole sketch was just introing all these people, and then one person gives an opinion, and they close the discussion. But there was the one guy who's like sitting off, looking to the side, and just kind of goes, "Hey." And since then I've just leaned into that. I loved that so much.
So
hello.
It's you.
Like he's literally on stage with a camera pointed at him and acts like he's surprised, and I'm like, I'm doing that someday. And then I found streaming in the future.
So, with 4 or 5 hours of windwalk travel, you guys are able to, especially because now instead of like going like using Pythagorean's theorem, you guys go the shortest method by just going a straight line to the top of the mountain.
Did we just
You
quantum
mean
physics
Fibonacci
this?
spiral as we descended?
As you guys arrive there, you guys are able to see various monks in training. Some are doing random elemental bursts of energy, as you've seen from Serenity. You see others who are practicing healing, learning about the body themselves. Others are just going through forms. There is a plentiful amount. There's a lot of them here. You also see, like here and there, they're very sparse. You also see small little neon purple glowing little dandelions and various little parts that just like accent the top of the mountain a little bit. But you are able to appear, I guess, towards the center of the temple, or at least like the outer temple. I don't know if you guys are trying to go right inside, since no one knows where they're going except for Serenity. But we'll say you guys begin to disapparate.
She would lead the cloud, probably into like, without thinking, into like the middle of like the main courtyard where everyone's like doing like fucking sparring practice.
This
Why
is
do I want to eat the dandelions?
This is a safe spot right here where everyone's punching.
Yeah. Yes. Well, like, you know, there's always like a big empty spot like right in the middle or something, or just like there's an empty spot. She finds that and she would like lead the group down there.
Cool. You guys are able to, unless anyone's doing anything different, you can let me know, but I'm gonna just assume you're all reappearing in humanoid forms.
Yes.
No, this time I want to be a cat.
I want to be a
You
plant.
don't want to just reappear in front of, like, I'm assuming they have little punching dummies where it's just someone's face, only this reappears right in front of the face.
Solidifies, needs to dodge. But wait, doesn't it take a while for us to
Takes
solidify?
a minute, yeah.
Takes a minute, yeah.
So for
a minute of us getting punched.
Yeah, a minute of you guys reappearing anyways is also causing some alarms because no one knows what's going on. So there's like some warnings are given out. There are a few of what you assume are the higher level monks approach. You watch as one that you know, Serenity. You see Parody, a small dwarven woman with red hair. She comes forward and just seems to be getting ready because doesn't know what's about to happen, and then you boop appear and she's like, hey. Wait, no, Bliss. She would know Bliss. Bliss is the name she would know.
She would know Bliss, but I mean, like, we all have like our names here, our sort of like titles. So.
She'll probably still call you Bliss though. She's like, Bliss.
Oh.
Parody,
it's so good to see you.
Yeah, what the hell is that? I mean, I guess this is something we can all eventually do. I never knew that, but that's really cool.
It's not me. It's my friend. And she kind of points at Gwen. We need help.
Gwen appears.
Yeah, there. We need help. One of my friends, her sister was killed in combat, and we need someone to heal her, bring her back
Eleira
from the
appears.
den.
Yep.
That one. With that's the friend her sister is.
I assume not the dead one, because the walking around.
Yeah.
No, she's in a pocket dimension that I made.
Fair. Skaldi appears. Oh, okay. Is there any more?
That's all. Well, besides the sister in the pocket dimension. But
Cool.
This is it.
I just mean the weird cloud forms. Like, you see, like, there's, like, 20 people around you guys with, like, shurikens ready, and some of them just have, like, little fire orbs in their hand, and, like, oh.
Yeah, Bliss just kind of, like, looks around at the familiar faces and is like, hi!
Sorry,
I'm back!
I mean, you remember when we had the dead 3 coming up and attacking the mountain that one time? Everyone's just been a little on edge since that.
No,
so, you know.
that's fair.
What?
Sorry. Some necromancers like attacked the mountain a few years back. It was handled. There was some other folks came and helped, and they were great. So I'm pretty sure one of them left those dandelions. But yeah.
So, all right, I can. Felicity's not
Made
here right
perfect
now,
sense.
but I can either grab Master Orin and see, Grandmaster Orin, see if he can help, or do you just need is this how bad? Dead, right? Like dead.
Like dead. Needs to be revived back to life, kind of dead, but revivify is a little.
Too late. Got you. Okay. The fastest little dwarf you've ever did see just was running off.
Eleira takes the time to ask Skaldi to hold up the door so she can go in, get Elena out, and lay her down.
Yep.
Before
What would happen if you tried to walk out as it was falling towards the ground?
That's
just curious.
things you guys are welcome to test whenever you want. I'm sure it won't have any negative consequences.
Next time we're at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First one to come out is actually Orin, who Serenity is the Grandmaster of the entire temple itself. The older elvish gentleman, high elf with long silvery hair, fairly short for his stature, probably just because of his really old age, and just kind of looks around, sees you, gives a small smile. Interesting way to find yourself back up here.
I just kind of beam back at him and do the respectable greeting, like a bow and a gesture, and she just goes, I've been around. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. Apparently under unfortunate circumstances. Looks over to the body that has been laid out.
Yes, unfortunately.
Hopefully Cass can help. A few moments later, a not old, but definitely more weathered than young woman, a Earth Genasi, comes out with craggly skin, gives a nod, looks around, sees Bliss, Bliss, or Serenity. Apparently am needed right now. What's going on?
She just kind of steps to the side and gestures at the dead body. Can you bring her back?
I am.
Eleira starts to point and becomes self-conscious of the blood on her arm from where she held the guy's head as she slit the throat, and she's just now trying to obscure it, suddenly aware of how clean and orderly everything here is.
Eleira, give or take.
Give.
Okay. Serenity, roll me a d20.
Oh, okay. Let's try this one. That's
Eleira's
19.
Cool.
Eleira's in a sacrificial mood trying to get this solved, so yes, give seems appropriate.
Cool. Cass is I haven't used much of my abilities today. You're lucky for that. Let's get this all set then. Walks forward, gives a quick nod to the rest of you. She seems very all business about this, especially in the current situation. Says, how long ago was it?
A few hours.
Not a day.
How long? Yeah, about under
5 or 6 hours. Some of it mitigated
I'd
by
half
travel
that,
through the ethereal
probably.
plane.
Gotcha. Looks at you guys as if you're even talking. So I was got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay.
She's under gentle repose right now. So after a few minutes of being unconscious or being dead. So
Yeah, the equation of
yeah.
This is going
equal of.
to probably not feel great, but it is the best we are going to be able to do. She slowly begins to gather.
It'll feel better than when she died.
Uncomforting to hear that. Thank you. And continues to do her own bit of gathering energy.
Eleira does put a hand on Gwen's shoulder and just kind of squeezes yeah, nailed it.
Pushes it down into her chest.
Oh.
And Lyra, where are you currently when this is going on?
I'm probably looming like within a foot of this. I'm probably trying not to crowd while still like being right there so I can see if I'm ready if she wakes up.
Gotcha. You feel yourself lurch forward as you begin to fall unconscious. As this happens, you immediately lift your head up and you find yourself in what looks like a wooden cottage.
And Bliss catch Elira's body so she doesn't get hurt.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
As you do, you look around, you see a lot of shadowy, like indescribable figures that are sort of like the way we described like the One Ring situation where it's very cloudy, shadowy, ethereal. You see things that are definitely humanoid. You see some things that are also bestial and like standing on all fours. Nothing seems to be paying attention to you, and even looking at yourself, you seem ghostly, but definitely more solidified than anything else here.
Okay.
You look around and you do like you just look around where you're standing and you look to the right and you see a couch in front of what is basically a fireplace with a pelt out on it, and on that couch you see an ethereal form of Lena sitting there, and like you appear and she looks surprised for a second, but she smiles and like gives a wave.
That's you, right?
She tries to speak, but nothing seems to come out, but she like gives a nod.
So, do you know what happened to you? How aware are you of the order of operations here? Okay. Yeah, I was a little quick to open your encaptured cell without checking for, although I don't know for a fucking fact if I ever would have known how to spot a glyph before opening the thing, so that's a whole other problem, but I feel like it was going to happen either way, but I was in a rush to get you out, and I blew you up.
She nods. She nods and like she understands that you weren't trying to kill her.
Yeah. and note, like, Elira's tone is very much like, this is an order of operations, things that happen, and it sounds bad, but she's like, definitely you can hear that she does not blame herself for the explosion. She just is upset that the things happened the way they did.
Yeah, and she gives you like a like, yeah, this is not my favorite thing nod, but like, yeah, like I get it wasn't you and it was just a bad situation. She like looks past you and you yourself can hear like almost like a light humming coming from the room over. She just like looks down over there, and then she her body does the sighing motion and she like makes to get up, and you watch her fall right back into the seat and shrug to be like, I can't go anywhere at the moment.
Oh, fuck. Can I tell if that light has anything to do with the healing process, or if that's like the next life thing? Do I know the difference? Is there any way to discern this?
The humming noise, if you want to roll a perception check, you can see if you can discern what is going on in the next room. But it's not like, there's not like an empty room that just has a giant light at the end of it. That's not what you're currently seeing.
That is a 30.
Okay. What you see first is there are these various forms, both humanoid and bestial, that are around. Like, you're able to walk through them. Some of them walk through you. Like, basically, you guys don't exist to each other besides like as shadowy forms. And as you
I'm kind of used to this concept.
Yeah, and as you look through, you are fairly in some sense. You look through, you see what is kind of like almost like a dining room area. There's like a table set up. There's a couple chairs around it, and to the right of that there is a bookshelf that has a bunch of little emblems and figures and different little insignias on them, and that seems to be all that this room contains. But you're hearing the humming coming from these emblems. There seems to be a bunch of them lit up, so it just depends on if there's something specific that you're looking for, or if you're just trying to like see the room and then go back to Elena, or what.
I haven't moved. I just wanted to look around. Like, I see her acknowledge the thing, and I like look over to see if it's something I should be helping her move towards or not, because I don't want to send her to the afterlife by accident.
That's fair. You are. Where Roll me a religion check.
Oh god. That's gonna be a much weaker spot for me than some of my recent rolls. Oof. Oh, that was almost a 17. It was gonna be a 17 plus 3. Now it's a 10 plus 3. That's a 13.
You are pretty unsure exactly what you're supposed to do here, but you are seeing these emblems and you know they are emblems of different deities. There seem to be a few that are glowing, but like, unless you seem to have any expertise with religion, you probably don't know them too much.
So I know she has a deity, and I probably would have seen some symbol that she has at some point for that deity. Would I recognize that to any of the symbols?
Trying to remember who hers was. I thought it was Mistra, but I can't remember.
I think it was Mistra because she was studying magic. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's a symbol of Mistra, which is, remembering correctly. Vinny's actually gonna quickly just Google it because Google is an option. I believe it is a 8-pointed star. Yeah, it is an 8-pointed.
So it looks something like this, but without the circles.
Not too dissimilar. You see, there is a shape like that, and that is one of the shapes that is glowing. The shape like that is glowing. You also see a sunrise at the end of a long road, with that is also glowing. You also see a pair of scales that is glowing as well, and then there's like a few other random ones as well.
If I was on my own, I would have picked the scales, but I'm going to go over to the one that I know matches hers and kind of like put my finger on it as if like giving her a look of like, should I pull this?
She's like,
if that's the case, I'm going for gusto. I'll just pull it off the shelf and see what it does.
You pull off the symbol from Mistra.
Yeah.
And as you do that, there is just like a sigh as walking around the corner. You see probably half elven individual or full elven individual with like red hair that is like tied up in a bun. Has like archmage clothes on. Has like an expression of like not continuous contempt, but just like, God, the world sucks. Type of energy.
Exhaustion. The word is exhaustion.
Exhaustion. A little bit of contempt, a lot of exhaustion.
This face.
Yeah. It has the
How many
Meg
points
face.
of exhaustion?
Yeah, about 3. Walks in, has like a light like smattering of like raven feathers on like certain parts of the outfit, but not like a whole mantle of any sort. But this like archmage elven individual just looks around, sees you, looks back. Oh, it was that one. Okay. I honestly thought it was gonna end up being Bliss, but
rude.
I mean, it probably could have likely have been, but she got kind of kidnapped and caught in the middle of other chaos undirectly related to her.
Interesting. Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you, Eleira. I didn't actually know I would ever going to get that chance, but
color me surprised, for sure.
What color do you think surprise is?
I feel like green, because that is the one of envy, and envy and surprise seem very closely related in my mind.
You got it. Snaps a finger, your skin turns green. Any other little requests you'd like before we get started?
I see what just happened. Meta level, fuck you. Ground level, Eleira's like, note to self, be specific. My sister died.
Gods don't understand phrases.
Yeah, idioms and colloquialisms are gonna go a little under the radar.
I mean, honestly, it's more of the opposite. Understood it too well and was like, this person might appreciate this joke. And
Wrong context, but later I'll be like telling this story as if it's comedy, not tragedy.
As you are talking, you watch as he takes a seat, like pulls out a seat for himself, sits at the table, and like puts a few folders down, and like continues to watch you and listen to you as you talk.
I just sort of sigh after a spot check and go, So she died, unrelated to anything. I'm trying to intervene, and I exhausted some options and made a few magical cheat choices to try to shorten or increase our odds, but I would like her back, and I presume that she would like to still be alive, and kind of do give a like consideration towards her, assuming she can understand me based on the past few things, even though she can't like do much more than nod or shake her head.
Yeah. From where you're standing, you're still able to see her. Like, if you go and sit down at the table, you won't be able to see her anymore. But
No,
just
still...
like think, but as you're standing and like look over to see her, she's
like, so yeah,
for her nodding.
We are trying to get her back to the plane, into her own body, and make that body non-necrotic. That's the goal here. We did have the option to put her in a different, and like Eleira starts over-explaining and just being like walking through all the options and just like really talking too much. Anytime there's more than a second or two pause, which for a god is probably nothing, so I'm sure there's pauses. She just keeps trying to fill that void.
It keeps going, and as you're explaining, he seems to nod and just like look down at the papers. Like, yeah, I saw that you had a few options. You guys did find the one that was probably the least inconvenient for her afterwards, which I appreciate.
Yeah, that was the goal.
Yeah, I'm
not even sure I would have picked that last one, given I don't think that she would like that.
That is fair. Why does she deserve to live?
I've been operating from the opposite perspective of she didn't deserve to die. She was punished for sins that I enacted. So if anyone should be dead, it should be me, not her, given that I was the one who caused the order of operations that led to her death. I am willing to make that exchange if that's what it comes down to.
I'm not...
But that's... I would rather not, obviously.
Of course. I'm not so much the exchange. There's certain things I exchange. Lives is not usually the one I go for. I worry.
Well, in terms of why she should live, she was dedicated to growing knowledge and growing her understanding towards an outcome that is beneficial to people around her. And on a base level, that is a net gain for reality if she gets to go back and continue that effort. At least the potential of a net gain, if nothing else, not a net loss. It will only grow the knowledge and the awareness moving forward. She's a contributor. She's trying to help. I think that's underrepresented a lot of these times.
You've answered that very eloquently, as you do with most things. It's nice to see you. You were out of your element for about a couple hours there. You started really tensing up there. It's good seeing you back to where you normally are.
Yeah, you get me talking, and I find my feet pretty quick, luckily.
I am always curious to listen. I had a bard that I had to listen incessantly talk mainly about sex. She really liked to fuck. That was a choice, and
that is so common, and it's so frustrating. I cannot tell you the number of times I've watched a bard talk about trying to seduce a dragon. I was exceptionally amused by the one who found out that the dragon was a top and suddenly wanted to reverse gears. That was a nice day.
A nice day? Probably not for everyone.
Or a nice day to hear the story. I wasn't involved. Like, I'm sure it was bad for them.
Fair enough. No, I mean, she did more than talk. She put her words to... she telled and showed, so she was very good about all of it.
Eleira laughs for, like, the first time in about a day, given all the chaos.
You say you would sacrifice your life, which, like... most people who come here are normally, like, have at least the willingness to, even though, you know, not the most optimal situation.
That doesn't surprise me. That's a good point.
Is there... I like your points about what Eleira is capable of doing. I also believe she is very capable as well. And I enjoy specifically knowledge is not exactly my want. It's magic in general, and I like to see the fruition of magic. Is there any way I can guarantee that you will help either of my two clerics with this task? Put you on, let's call it an internship.
When I offered my life in exchange, my living life or my dead life are both on the table. So if it's a question of loyalty, servitude, actions, direction, I will take whatever is necessary to put her back on the board. If that means helping accomplish things towards your wants, then I can't promise my emotions will be devout, because that's a different conversation, as I'm sure you understand. But like, if it's a question of loyalty and follow through, that's definitely my specialty when operations line up correctly.
Both Bliss and Elena are doing very interesting things right now. Elena has a very specific interest in the geo kinetic forms of magic, and I love that for her. It's great. It's very interesting. Your friend, he says with a look.
There's a like slight, oh god, it wouldn't be purplish. It's now gonna be an orangish blush comes up on the green cheeks.
Your friend.
Just a little kiss of it.
There's she came to me specifically looking for knowledge, but with her own capabilities, her own heritage, and her own very interesting history, she has some other very interesting moments that are going to come related to magic as well, and I'm curious to see if those are possible. I would like you to choose one of them to continue to follow. And that is not me saying that they will not overlap paths whenever, forever. But choose one.
I understand, and I like Eleira kind of like starts muttering to herself, and I don't, if the god can follow, it is essentially a muttering of like, this feels like it's a little bit of a test. I can't tell if picking Bliss nullifies Elena's return or not. But if it doesn't have anything to do with that, then Bliss is the obvious choice, since we're already in alignment on multiple goals, and I do feel like I'm in more tune with her, where I feel like Elena works better on her own path without me muddling it up. So there's a whole like breakdown of stuff, and Eleira does come back up and make eye contact and finally go, it's tough to make an intelligent, predictive decision on this, which I feel like isn't really what you care about at the end, whether or not I make it based on feelings or logic. I feel like Elena thrives with me not present, but I feel like that's baggage more than reality. But it seems to have worked so far. I feel like Bliss is better off with my pragmatism nearby. If can't tell what the merits of the decision are supposed to be. I would stick with Bliss in travel. I would help both, but if I have to choose one, Bliss seems like the correct... Bliss is my choice, correct or not?
But, I mean, I was just asking a question. I get so serious about it.
When talking to a god, and with my proclivities towards negotiation, I do try to predict all the angles and make an intelligent choice, but one still true to me. Not one to deceive the system, but one to be true to my role in it. Sorry.
No, I will have actual homework for you. This is me just being very curious about some stuff. Here is my actual homework for you. I want you to craft a new spell. Not now. Not at this moment, obviously.
Can it be in song form? Or poem form?
I would love to see what a bard can produce. Besides,
Long as it's not about fucking.
yeah, as long as she was going to say, he was
Can
going to
it
say,
be in limerick form?
he was going to say, besides offspring. Yeah, so
there once was a dragon from the mountain.
Oh no.
I'll write the rest of this later. Hold on, let me get their intro down.
You're welcome to make it whatever you want. But yeah.
Sorry, no, that was meta. That wasn't for the. That wasn't in character.
Yeah. He says yes. So yeah. Craft a new spell if you are willing to promise that. Keep an eye on both of them. I'm sure they're both going to need the help. And yeah, I think we can call this good.
There's a tension that's been carried through her whole system that's been obvious the whole time that finally like breaks off, and you can tell that she's suddenly aware of it. She's like, ow. Even my face feels sore now suddenly. That's a thought more than a statement, but after the realization, she goes, I will figure out how to make a new spell. One that makes things more interesting, but I appreciate your time or presence, effort, interests, whatever word's appropriate.
There's a vested interest around, well, you as a whole. All of you were very helpful with some other friends before, and I appreciate that. And Elena is a good egg.
Fact.
All right. If that's all, holds a hand out for a handshake.
Eleira doesn't skip a beat, just takes 2 steps forward, takes the hand.
As you are doing this handshake, Bliss, as you go to grab Eleira, 1, you watch her skin turn green, and 2, you watch her hand immediately come out and grasp onto yours.
Yay! Sorry. But she'll just kind of like steady her and just go, Lyra, are you okay? You're different. Like, literally a different color. You were
kind of shake things off for a second, and you're like, oh fuck, I should have asked me changed right back to the color.
What happened?
I had a whole chat. Wait, hold on, this isn't the important part. And like looks over at Elena to see if she's coming out of it.
As you are distracted having this little conversation, she's actually already sitting up and like looking at you.
Oh my god!
And like the second you like repay attention to her, she like goes in for like a hug.
I hold her tight, and then I kind of look up over at, or like tilt my head to talk to Bliss. I'm like, yeah, no, I had to have a chat with Mistral, which was a moment. I know. Mistra, thank you. Sorry, yeah, if I can assume I got that right. This is the player not knowing the gods' names correctly. Mistra. And in the earlier part of our conversation, I said something that they decided to play literal, and I should have included this in the discussion, but apparently I'm fucking green now. That's gonna be weird. None of my clothes match this. As I'm like clutching Elena and just like thrilled, but at the same time feel the need to bitch about that. I would also like to note. Oh no, wait. Hey Vanny.
What's up?
Did my eyes change to match in the color slide, or do my eyes stay gold?
So we're gonna do a full rotation, which make your eyes orange.
Yeah, like if we're just sliding across the sky. I mean, I'll find out on. I figured they either go blue or orange. Those are the two that make the most sense. Yeah, exactly.
It took me a second too.
Like,
I looked over at the porch. I was like, purple and yellow. Got you. Let's do the sleep.
Oh wait, maybe the eyes go purple. That could make sense too. Yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
In Serenity's head, she hears, your couple name can be Peachy Green instead of Peachy Keen.
I almost pulled my earbuds out to throw them.
Telepathy back to Gwen. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
If I was the DM, that would be an inspiration point.
It's already been blessed by God.
But stop.
Eleira, are you okay? You look a little sick.
Little green
Look,
around
it's
the
not
gills.
easy. It's not easy.
Oh my god!
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Oh, I wish Mint and Ari were here. They would love that fucking joke so much.
Elena just has arms around you and is like, stop making fun of my sister.
He earned it.
I definitely deserve it.
You saved my life.
Good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Also,
immediately.
Feeling okay?
There it is.
Also, the rest of us are going to have a chat. I mean, Elena, you can be there, but I don't feel like we should have this chat in front of an audience of this size.
Yeah, there's like 30 people who are just sitting around
Yeah.
being like, wow, that was cool. Wow, she just randomly changed colors. Just a lot of weird things happening.
Just another Tuesday at the monastery.
I feel like
honestly.
I feel like Alira's new theme song is like, I'm green, davu dee davu die da davu
That's slightly off key because it's green instead of blue.
That's
I
fantastic.
didn't deserve that much of a laugh. How dare you?
Well, I have my coworkers at my new job all love the new version that uses that sample of blue.
It's actually
so
it's real good.
Oh, I haven't heard it
I
yet.
hate that song.
It's on
Every time it
TikTok.
plays on the radio, I'm just like,
I haven't heard it. I'm gonna open TikTok on my phone after we're done, and I'm gonna hear it. I'm
but
calling it now.
Probably, but
I'm
yeah.
digging it.
You guys
Yeah.
all have a moment. There is recovery. Cass just kind of like gives a nod, like she's not gonna feel good for
That's fine.
Okay.
Can I get you anything as a thank you? I don't know what's appropriate in this
This
place.
is what we do. This is what we do.
Thank you, Cass.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. Hold
And I
up
kind of like make
this.
eye contact with the person, with the dwarf who went to go get them, to be like, we're gonna have a chat later because I'm not done offering my thanks.
Sure. I mean, are you taking care of our Bliss? That's all I care about.
Yes, but I feel like I could leave something useful behind.
Oh, once they know, we have weird things happen here every once in a while, so it's good to have the extra.
This is not the first time that something weird has happened here. No, so it's fine. This is a semi-regular occurrence.
Oh, Amity left.
Amity left?
Yeah.
Like left.
The horror.
Where did he go?
That was bad. He got like
village.
He got,
Amity went to some village.
Actually got like a weird like bracelet made out of star metal and said he was gonna go to a city of some. It was a weird city.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Yeah. I don't know.
What city?
I don't know. It like somewhere in the skies. I don't know.
What?
Not a volley. Is it a volley? I don't know. Somewhere. But yeah,
Mountain.
he went off. Oh, I just wanted to let you know because Felicity's also not here. Felicity's actually like traveling and dealing with some stuff with the monk stuff.
Okay.
A lot of weird stuff going on.
Like what? Can we?
Oh, we had like a random teleportation circle open up from a volley. Apparently, a bunch of people got evacuated through here from there.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. Weird stuff happening. Apparently, we have a teleportation circle that is connected to a random item in their museum up there, which like a wizard found and
In
like,
a
was saying-
volley.
Yeah.
Who was evacuated from a volley?
A lot of people. Why?
Was there, by any chance, a blue tiefling named Scorin?
Like, did we see a blue tiefling come out of there? There's a couple. I don't know if that was like them or somebody else, but there's some people with blue skin. I don't want to assume they were tieflings. But you know, been Triton, I guess. I don't know. We still have a bunch of refugees if you want to like check and see.
Immediately shifts to human form with hat of disguise and just goes, yeah, maybe. If they're from the birds of prey, though, just be on your guard.
Oh yeah, there's some of this here. Apparently there's a bunch of there's like a battalion of people from the birds of prey that was there. They also escaped through it. I think there's a few of them left. I don't know.
Trying to kill me.
Oh, that's terrible. Do we need to do something?
Maybe.
Alright.
Well, I'll stay like this for right now. Hopefully they didn't see me.
I mean, well,
Uh-huh.
your friend's back. That's good.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's wonderful. Thank you for getting cast for help because that really our other options were not as ideal. So her
That's fair.
being sick for a day or two is probably the most ideal versus, reincarnating to some body that she's not used to having or possibly being indentured servant.
Hey,
Yeah.
I like your braids, points to Gwen. They're really cool.
Thanks.
Do you want to arm wrestle?
Yes. I would love to.
Flat yes.
Do we need to give you a random frog familiar? Again?
Maybe.
Also,
I just see something that
speaking
sits on
of-
my head.
I'm gonna help Elena
Also-
into the magnificent mansion and like get her settled and get her some food and beverage and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just keeping the hat on for now and
Yeah.
not trying to change anything because that might call attention to
Nope.
something suddenly shifted and now we need to get
Yep.
a very specific group of people out for certain
Mhm.
reasons and then they might be
Yeah. Where are the
thinking about it.
refugees staying? I blinked on names.
Parody?
No, Parody. Yeah, Parody, sorry.
No.
Because she said Amity left, so
Yeah.
Parody.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are the refugees staying?
Yeah, she's talking to you as like the arm wrestling is happening. So there is a few over in one of the houses to the side. Most of them are just staying down below where the circle currently is, in case any other family members or people come. They want to just be there right away. And like we sparsely have been giving like some of the spare rooms that we have. Other people have just left too, though. But
Okay.
there's a whole variety. Like they're all over the place, and like points out just like random people that aren't wearing monk robes of any sort,
Yeah.
or monk geese.
Is our old room still open?
I can make it.
Yeah, just so that Eleira has somewhere to put the magnificent mansion and so she has somewhere to come and go from and know that her sister's gonna be okay.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. What did you roll, one?
I hadn't yet. I'll do it right now. Dexterity, right?
No, athletics. Did you forget how to
Athletics?
arm wrestle?
Sorry,
Mel.
I meant athletics. I looked at it on the thing. That is a 25.
She rolled a 12. So you immediately get that hand down, and she's like, "Huh? I don't know how I feel about that." Round 2.
Yes. Other hand? You want to switch?
Sure. I mean, I am a righty, but I can try the left.
You
It's fine.
guys
Alright, both you roll with disadvantage.
you guys go ahead and keep doing that. I'm gonna go set up the room, and then she's just gonna telepathy to Gwen, like, I think she likes you.
She grabs you. She and immediately grabs you, or Parody grabs you with her free hand. It's like, no. I'm keeping an eye on you. I'm gonna make sure you're okay. I just need to do this first. She rolled a nat 1, so
Just
you
need
just
to do this.
you just.
I got a 19.
Yeah,
Yep.
you went. All right, 2 out of 3 is good. So we'll leave it there. Yeah, I'm like, give me a sec to go clear out the room. If you're trying to avoid people, you stay here. I'll go deal with that. You're going to be fine. Her like motherly like overlording nature is taking over, and she's like, "You're gonna stay here. You're gonna be fine, and I will go deal with this." And Parody heads off. What are you guys doing?
Fun.
What's Skaldi up to? Out of curiosity, after all of that.
When you first described the dandelions, my first thought was, I want them. So we're gonna go look at those fucking dandelions.
Go pick some dandelions.
You see some. You see these like light purplish glow, like neon glow for these little dandelions. They seem to be ever spreading, thanks to certain people. And are existing all over the place now. Like they easily like take with the breeze. There seems to definitely be a energy about them, some type of necrotic energy. What are you trying to do with them?
Well, first let's draw them and do a little studying, and then we'll take some and see what happens.
Sure. Roll me a nature check.
Nature. $15 total.
There is like heavy necrotic energy from here that seems to be related to potentially animating corpses and causing certain things to be able to like have some locomotion on their own. You see like there's no corpses here, but you can see them like the parts where the weeds are taking over like certain things, like just like over an oak or something. You can see like it almost hums with energy, and like there's like the small attempt of it to like churn just like a little bit, like just a twitch from these things. So something interesting going on with them. You're able to pick if that's what you wish to do.
So the tree is kind of twitching?
There's like a log, like a dead log. It's just now that the necrolions have like taken over them a bit, is just like a slight twitch.
Necrolions.
Thank you. I was in the middle of a sip and I almost spat.
You're welcome.
I love it. So it's getting the small things to twitch. Okay, we're gonna get a whole bunch of those.
I
I feel like we can make something.
I will say that you can collect 2 bundles, and I will send you the item.
Cool.
So
I'd
after
like to make a poison or something, or I don't know.
Yep, there are already things that are defined with it, but if you decide to do something weird with it, I will probably allow it.
How can I shoot this?
Crush
The
it up.
question of the game. How can I shoot these?
A dandelion crown of death.
Yeah. So
If you make a dandelion crown out of these, can you like mind control dead things? Is that how this works?
No one has yet to test that theory, so.
And we've got a couple days while Elena's healing, you know.
What are the rest of you up to at this moment as Parody goes to check out a room, and you guys see Skaldi's picking flowers. So the rest of you have a few moments before Parody comes back.
I think Serenity's gonna slink off to where the refugees are staying, because she just wants to know if he's here.
Mhm.
But she'll still do it in her human disguise.
You shouldn't be alone doing that.
You are welcome to follow her, but she's not saying anything to anybody. It's just like the curiosity is burning in her, and she's got to know.
All right, I will come with you. I cannot disguise myself, but I can wild shape into your little animal
Can
companion.
you either mute or keep your mic down, because it is double posting captions from your mic somehow. Meg, I don't know how or why.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even talking.
I know, but whenever someone
somehow
else
capturing the audio from us.
I think it switches automatically to your speaker to output the sound or something, and so then it starts picking up.
If you want to just like mute, like push the mute button, that might work. I don't know. It was just weird. Cool. Yeah, you. I mean, Serenity, you're able to go off and do this if you'd like. Gwen can accompany you if you want her to.
She absolutely can. She's not gonna like push her off, but literally she's just going into like hyper focus mode and like being like, I gotta know if he's here. Yeah.
I will wild shape into. What are the common birds in the area? Would you say?
There is a silverish looking bird
Not
called
those.
a
Fuck
charming
you.
jay. That has the capability of reproducing sounds that other people produce. So it's kind of like a raven in a sense that you have like mimicking capabilities.
Sounds fantastic. I will transform into one of those and just kind of like. Would it be weird if I perched on your shoulder, or should I just kind of like fly ahead? I'll perch on your shoulder.
As long as you occasionally just spout the term "call me maybe," it'll be fine.
Fuck you.
Who said that?
Funnier part, they can. That's the funnier part.
Like, Griff, you don't even know how accurate that reference is.
Yeah, it's really bad. And
Hey,
really
I
funny.
still take full credit for the whole Call Me Maybe thing, because I gave you that playlist originally with that character being like, yeah, to any of these songs, just take whatever phrase you want.
That was the original song that I chose for her when she would introduce herself, though. That's how I named
no,
her.
because that's right. That's what made me give you a bunch of songs. That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
So you're able to, as a charming jay in this form, you are able to walk around. You're a raven with mimicry, but you got like cool silver feathers instead. That's yeah.
I'm so mad.
So you just tell me what to keep an eye out for, and I can always telepathy back and forth with you if I notice anything.
Yep. Nope. Yeah. She'll just be like, I'll know him when I see him, I think.
I don't remember if you ended up seeing him in the dream.
In the dream sequence, I'm pretty sure she did see him.
Maybe. Either way, I'm gonna say just roll a perception check. We shall see if you find, or I'll also allow an investigation. Either of those. I don't know.
Perception is slightly better. 9 plus 3, 12.
12.
I mean, a blue person would stand out quite a bit. Would a purple person. Here, you see one blue person, and it does seem to be a bird folk. It's actually like almost like a like blue jay Aarakocra. That's the only thing, that person that you see right away that is blue as you're looking around, and that does seem to be a person from Avali, because they are not wearing any robes or any outfits that are from the monastery. That is all you see with like this glance outside, like, oh yeah, just come checking on you guys, and then she's just leaving.
I'll take a lap in the sky or area. I don't know, wherever they are in a room.
Roll me a perception check as well for something blue.
Something blue.
Nothing borrowed.
Thank you. Also,
I just want new numbers. I haven't gotten a 20 yet, you know. No. What was it? A perception?
Perception.
I put Eleira on a slider to see what
my
green skin would
God.
do to her eyes. They go bright blue, and the hair goes pink, and the horns go purple.
Amazing.
Oh my god. 18.
18. From your bird's eye view, beyond the look.
Go on. No, go on. Go on.
Besides the,
you said what you said.
I know I did. Besides the Aarakocra, you are also able to see a closer to like lower 20-ish year olds, blue tiefling hanging out on one of the upper levels of the monastery, just like hanging out a window, just like looking around. They aren't wearing monk robes. They only have one horn, and they also only have one wing, and is just currently looking around. Seems to have like a little bit of armor and stuff, but it's just like watching and chilling.
Can I listen in to see if they say anything?
Sure. Roll me a stealth or a performance check.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't know what happened back in the old medieval times, but I don't know how often birds just flew up to people.
Well, I'm just gonna like sort of like swoop down a little bank to the right. I don't know.
Fair enough.
Stealth or performance? Let's go with stealth. That is a dirty 20.
Okay. Are you able to?
Welcome back to Andy Hooks, and today we're gonna.
Griff.
I didn't mean to hit the thing I hit.
Gotcha. You are able to find an area to sit and rest, and this person doesn't seem to say anything. There's just a couple like deep sighs, and you hear some fingers clacking against the stonework of the monastery itself, but there doesn't seem to be any words spoken.
Okay. Shoot, what would I know about scorn?
Very little, unfortunately.
Very little. Maybe maybe try to look in for a disgruntled older gentleman on the off chance that he's here in disguise as well.
Sure. If you want to say you're sitting here for a bit, like waiting,
Yeah.
we can do that. So we can.
Basically, I'm looking for a sound bite that I can bring back to Serenity on the off chance that something clicks.
100%. So we'll let you sit there for a bit. Lyra, you bringing Elena into the magnificent mansion? Was it that you were doing?
Yeah, I was just getting her to a bed and like putting the servants on, making sure she had anything she needed, and just being like, just rest here. I'll be in and out to check on you, but obviously, whenever you're ready, you can pop out if you're. I think we're gonna check some stuff out here for something, but I'm glad you're back.
Yeah. God, we're all okay. That was good. Say the least.
I cut the guy's throat because I didn't know if you were coming back, and it seemed appropriate.
Probably not the choice I would have made, but I understand why in the situation you might have made.
Yeah. I don't know if it's regret I'm feeling, but it definitely... There was probably a better option, but I was under the impression we weren't getting you back, and everything else was a long toss. So, out of anger, retribution, something.
I mean, we've been the ones that sometimes react, and sometimes when we react, sometimes bad things happen. It's the power of having the magic and quick fingers. Fortunately, our family apparently has both. Spades.
Yeah. I'm just glad we got you back, because I'm pretty sure that if we didn't, I was going to spend the rest of my life ending the rest of theirs.
Well, I mean, they were already down for the count, so that probably wouldn't have taken too long, at least.
Oh, no, I mean, like, going back to where they live and taking everything down with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It
got real dark for a second.
That's fair.
Like the old days.
We are a lot stronger now. So, us going on temper tantrum sprees should not involve whole villages dying.
No, but I do have to tell everyone else why all this happened.
Why
they were after. I guess you don't know either. We were in the middle of a lot of being deceived and a lot of chaos, and we got caught in the middle of a war skirmish, and they were a bunch of controlling dickheads, and I sniped their matriarch in the midst of a bunch of confusion. Partially because they were trying to be manipulative and weird, and they were already kind of controlling and strange about us being there, but like... It did profit of it afterwards, but that wasn't plan A. It was mostly just to, like, cause more disruption so we could get out easier later, but... Apparently they figured out my subterfuge and traced it back and tracked us down, and that's how you got in the middle of all this. So this is all my fault on the flat bottom of the surface.
I mean, even if that part's your fault, they're putting in a lot of effort for this.
That's why I didn't feel bad about cutting the guy's throat for going weird with it. Even though technically I killed someone's mom, and killing my sister seems tit for tat and sure in some cultures' concepts.
She just gives you a hug. Like, hearing that deep sigh, she's just like, we're gonna hug now.
On the upside, they're looking for a purple tiefling.
A weird advantage, I guess?
Yeah. I still wish I thought to mention that I would like to get my color back, but there's some pluses here.
I mean, you
in theory,
can do the skies thing, right?
I can, but I'm not like Bliss where I want to keep it up all the time. I do like being myself. Or Bliss doesn't dislike being herself, but I think there's an obvious reason why she has to be uncomfortable with being herself. I haven't ever figured out what that is, I don't think.
We could find a tattoo artist that has a lot of extra purple.
True. I do think that would be a disadvantage at this point. God, I wouldn't want to be under the needle that long. I will note, and I'm just 100% honesty on this one. If we couldn't get you back, I was going to keep your skull gold plated and add it to my collection, but in a more respectful position. It did cross my mind.
Okay, can I have a request for that, though?
Yeah, that's why I'm mentioning it, in case this ever comes up again somehow.
Okay, so, like, if you're going to do that, I don't even know if I'm a fan of that or not. It's very interesting. Can you just find, like, a transmutation wizard and have them change it from, like, a normal skull into, like, a geode or something, and then maybe just add little flecks of gold to it? Because I think I like rocks. I'm not as big of a fan of having a molten metal gold head. Although I'm honored that you're using golds.
I mean, it wasn't plan A, but it just sort of became a theme. I don't know if it's going to match with the green now. We'll see how that goes. God, I have to look at my branding. And it gives a little smirk of like...
Very interesting choice. You two have a talk. You bring that level down a bit, and you begin some of those talks. Eventually, Parody does come out and finds, at least, it's like, the room's clear. I call you right to Serenity.
Serenity is fine.
Okay.
Until they're gone.
Serenity, our room is clear. If you want to grab that thing, and points to the magical door that's hanging up somewhere right now before it got put into a room. And also your friend who's like picking all of the necrotic flowers probably shouldn't have too much. For their own well-being.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'll tell her. Let's just, and she's gonna go very quickly, like, yeah, sorry, she was having puppy nightmares, so I had to give her a cuddle. But she'll just go, I'll move the door, and then I'll go talk to Skaldi. Yeah, okay. Door first, though. And she's just gonna go, like, put the Magnificent Mansion door in their room, and then she'll go find Skaldi. Be like, hey, Skaldi. Those necro lions that you're picking, be careful. Maybe don't take too many.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
As you go to the room, I assume that's where you're going. You go to the room. Yeah, Eleira's in the mansion, which is in the room. Yep. Skaldi, what are you up to? And then I'll pop back to Gwen.
Oh, we'll go back to the room if I've collected my dandelions.
Yeah, you have technically 2 items, which is the 2 bundles, which is plenty. Gives you plenty of options.
Okay.
You're able to do that. Gwen, roll me another perception check as you sit up there and are listening.
Probably not as good, but perception 19.
19's still really solid.
Yeah, it actually was higher than I was expecting for the addition.
You hear as you are listening, the person at the window still doesn't seem to be making any noise. What you do hear is weird sounds. They aren't muffled per se, but they sound almost like someone who is struggling. Just like
From the person or just like in the general area?
in the room. It sounds like that there's someone struggling with something. Like it sounds like a one-person fight or like potentially boxing, but like it's like someone sounds like they're being hurt or they're having like a night terror. Like it's there's a bunch of potential options from just the random sounds you were hearing.
1 second. second. What do I need? What are the different types of spell components again? It's verbal, somatic, and what was the other one? Material?
Material.
Verbal and somatic is hand motions and speaking, correct?
Correct.
I don't believe you can cast while you're in shape either.
No.
I can't, but I was thinking because I can mimic things, I might be able to talk, but I don't have hands.
That's
so
But I don't have hands.
but I don't have hands. I feel like Beatrice from Over the Garden Wall right now.
Because
We'll
you
get-
are.
We'll get you some scissors. Eat some dirt.
Yeah.
You'll feel better.
All right, eat some dirt. Okay. Can I try to fly a little close? Do you like one of those like swoop downs? Just quickly towards where I can hear the struggling.
Sure. You want the struggling is in the room, so do you want to go like in the window into the room, or do you want to just like try to do a quick flyby and see if you can see anything?
I thought I was in the room.
Oh, I thought you said you were perching above. Are you in the room?
She had been perched on my shoulder.
I was on the
Where it
shoulder, and then I
happens.
kind of did a fly around inside. I wasn't sure if we were outside or in a room, but I did a fly around in the room, is what I meant. So you know how like
Got
when
you.
people have open spaces, sort of, where they like birds sometimes get in and they kind of just like fly around,
Fair
or they
enough.
perch
Okay,
on the
then I can
rafters.
describe what's going on. Okay, I thought you were outside. I was visualizing you
no,
like
sorry.
above like the window. Like I was not visualizing you in the room.
No, sorry. I meant I was trying to get a closer look.
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, Gwen's in the room where it happens.
Apparently.
Mhm.
Well, when you enter the room, there is an immediate oh shit from the tiefling as the random bird flies into the room. Apparently, it's not very common for at least this individual to have birds fly into their room. So you watch them react.
I'm sure I heard someone at some point say, "Pardon me, pardon me." I just keep going.
You're pardoned. You're able to fly into the room. The door is shut to the actual like to the hallway itself. So the room is enclosed. It's the one standing up that is currently standing there. You see is a blue tiefling. They don't seem to be wearing any like actual clothes. They have some armor, like some like leftover like pauldron armor on, but like no actual shirt, no like real pants, but just random parts of armor stuck to their body.
Mhm.
From what you can tell. And they're just like watching you with a little bit of a bewilderment as you just like keep like going around and around. The other person that you see is currently lying in the bed, which is also a blue tiefling. So seems to be male, seems to be a much older adult. Has a weapon by the side of the bed. Seems to be like halberd, and then is also holding on to a spear of some sort, and is currently twitching in bed, eyes closed. Seems to be having some type of night terror. Not very old, but definitely older, like probably 40s or 50, or for tieflings, probably closer to 50s or 60s. Has quite a few scars on his body, and from you have no comparison for this, unfortunately.
I have no
But
comparison.
from what
no.
you can tell, this is also a blue tiefling, potentially
Okay.
male. Doesn't seem to be fully armored, seems to currently be shirtless laying in the bed, but has like a full set of armor that is like right next to the bed. And currently is just
Having night
just
terrors.
twitching.
Has he made any sort of sound at all?
Made noises. There haven't been words.
Okay. No words. Okay. I guess then I'll just try to remember his tone of voice, even if it is in sleep. Okay. And just any sort of, I'll just catalog in my head any sort of descriptions of like
What I will
his
say is you
specific scars.
do see the emblem of the birds of prey.
Okay.
And from what little you know, you can't probably tell rank, but the emblem itself seems to be very decorated.
Mm-hmm.
A sense that it could potentially mean a higher station.
Mm-hmm.
And that's as much as I think I can really give you here.
Fantastic. Then I will just keep flying on my way and kind of like go past someone and sort of like flutter out like I was in the wrong place and like just trying to get out.
But I ask a slightly meta question on Gwen's behalf.
Mhm.
Well, firstly, can Gwen read Infernal?
I highly, highly doubt it.
I don't know. I remember once upon a time she could. So.
That was,
Oh,
I'm
wait,
pretty sure
no.
that was definitely Avernus.
We also had
What?
infernal lessons too.
Yeah, we
Or
were
draconic
giving
lessons.
Gwen infernal and draconic
I
lessons
think
so that she can learn it.
give me a hot sec, but I think I can. I don't know why.
Fancy.
I could be on the wrong character sheet.
Maybe you just picked it randomly because when we made these characters, like we weren't sure what languages we were gonna have to speak. I picked random
Yeah.
shit.
The hell did I
I'm
pick?
pretty sure this is older Gwen because I think I did young Gwen and then just Gwenlynn. Let's see. The one I was on said yes. I just need to make sure that this is the correct Gwen.
I mean, if you had one that
Yeah,
says
I just
young
speak
Gwen.
orc for some reason.
Yeah, if you have one that's...
It says baby Gwen and then like regular Gwen.
Okay, then I'm assuming that's probably
Yeah.
the current one.
So I'm on.
One
I'm on
have
regular.
levels in Warlock, in which case that's not the correct Gwen.
No, I don't.
Regular Gwen.
Yeah. If you're full druid, it's probably the right one.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do common, druidic, dwarvish, elvish, infernal, and sylvan.
Okay.
Don't ask me why I know that many. I don't remember. But yeah.
I'm not judging shit. Vinny, is there a little infernal tag on his person anywhere?
Roll. Does Gwen know about these?
I think
Know about
Bliss
what?
showed hers
showed
to
yours.
the group.
You did.
So
Did you explain that it was
Yeah.
a familial thing?
Mm-hmm.
I believe she did.
Oh,
or at least
yes,
said
you
that
did.
she
I
was given
remember.
it
I
as
think
a baby. So
Roll me investigation check.
Okay, also, I know telepathy was kind of like an extra thing, so I don't remember what the distance is, but throughout this, in my head, I would be trying to speak with Bliss. I don't know if it'll actually reach her
It's
or not.
30 feet. If you would like to randomly send out telepathic thoughts, we can have that.
Nah, I'm assuming the room is bigger than 30
The
feet,
way
and
the
I
DM
doubt.
says a question.
the way the DM says, "Hey, do this thing that will definitely cause problems."
Do you feel like broadcasting your thoughts out in general space?
Like,
I
You said perception?
Investigation.
Investigation. Okay. Oh, that's better.
Investigation
16.
Makes it happen. Investigation. Working together.
You said
Thank you.
16. You do see a small basically like almost like a charm bracelet with infernal writing on it that says Scarin.
Is he here?
Okay. Now I'm going to try to sort of flutter out, kind of like when you get like a fly in your car, like trying to find the window. You're like, it's over here, and you're at like the corner of the windshield. I'm gonna make my way out the door.
I know this place.
Mhm.
You're able to pop out.
The second I get out, I'm gonna beeline to Bliss and just telepath. Obviously not out loud to say, he's here, let's scoot. Seem to be in a weird shape, but he is asleep. If you wanted to spook him in a dream, now is the time.
Eleira loves the cut of Gwen's jib.
I don't know.
But yes, let's go, please.
Let's go back to the room and discuss and maybe tell Parody. Where is Parody, actually, by the way?
You can be in the room.
Cool.
Not hard.
No, I feel like she'll just kind of like start walking back to the room and just kind of call out like not super loudly, but like loud enough that if she's within like 15, 20 feet, she'll be like, Parody? Parody? We need to talk.
Look, it's monks. It's monks bullshit.
Yeah.
Just...
Beady monk shit.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. She's present. Okay. Let's go talk. We'll just say everyone convenes into the room and then probably into the Magnificent Mansion to just make life.
Mm-hmm.
If you got 2 doors, why not use them both?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we're in the Magnificent Mansion, I feel like she ushers everyone in, closes the door behind her, turns to the group and goes, he's here. My murderous uncle? Here.
Oh.
The one who has the one who has all the birds of prey looking for me to kill me? He's here.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. Eleira starts heading to the door.
She starts. No, hang on.
Arrow, let's go. We're on the same page.
The fight and flight instincts are real bad when it's a group.
We need a plan because he's not alone. The other birds of prey are here as well. It would throw the whole temple into chaos. And there's also innocent people here too who are just regular refugees that would be put in harm's way.
I have a plan.
Do you?
Yes. Okay. Not opposed to that one. I saw all these flowers outside that had all this weird necrotic energy on them, and I feel like if we make a tea out of it and pour enough of it into his face, that things will kind of take care of themselves.
I already have a bundle, it's fine.
I'm back to Gwen form, and I disapprove of this message.
All right, I have 4 other options. Let's go through the list.
Okay. I disapprove of the method. I don't disagree with the idea of causing him harm. Just maybe not in a tea form, especially if he's in, as Serenity said, a giant group of people who are also there to try to harm her.
Well, wait, are they with him at the time?
I'm assuming they are with all of the other refugees in that room, and there are people who are in rough shape. So we do not want to start anything in that room.
Parody, why did people have to evacuate from Avali anyway? What happened?
There was a lot of people got evacuated because there was a dragon made out of a wind or something that like started like releasing air elementals that started killing people. So like a lot of them just like some of them just left on airships, but then the dragon kind of like crunch on those, and then other people found ways to dig underground. Apparently that was a real popular one. I didn't know people would just like dig. I guess that's a choice. And then
so there was an air elemental dragon in Avali, like how there was an earth elemental dragon at the Goliath village.
Yeah, Felicity started being like, "Oh, that's a little weird," and went off to go check on it. Apparently, she knew something about these things, so she's like currently like
she knows something about that.
Well, yeah, she was like, "I gotta go on a mission to deal with like elemental orbs," and we were all like,
"Elemental orbs?
That sounds like a thing that the elemental monks should know about." And she was like,
"Yeah, you would think she would tell us."
And she was like, "You guys should if you did the homework," and left. And that was.
Well, I guess it's time to do homework.
Well, I have my alternate plan is that we can just walk in with the door to the Magnificent Mansion rolled up, and then lay it down on the floor like it's like we're just gonna set up a sleep space for someone, and then I can cast a illusion that makes him not visible in the bed, and then we just shove him into the Magnificent Mansion, and then we can do whatever we want after that.
I mean, maybe I want answers, and also Murmur should know that her father is here.
Oh, I did not realize. I should have connected the dots on cousin to uncle, but I did not quite link that up in the correct order of operations. I don't have a lot of family. It's not my primary awareness.
You're almost down one earlier, Parody says.
Oh, jeez.
It still reminds me I have to talk the rest of you and you separately, pointing at Bliss.
Okay,
but
not Not now. Another time. Soon.
Soon, like before we sleep. But yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the other thing. We need to rest. Parody, when did the refugees get here?
For me, the timeline personally is very screwed up, so I'm gonna be like, like a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay, they've been here a while. All right. Okay.
Say a couple weeks ago, just because I know you guys like went up to try to help with stuff, and then we're like, oh, never mind, and then churned around. So, so
we were gonna. Okay, so probably still be here for a little bit. I need to figure out a way to get a message to, I guess. All right, I'm gonna have to take a nap so I can talk to Irona. Tell her what's going on. Tell her to tell Dad and Murmur, I guess. I have a dad, by the way. I mean, obviously everybody has parents, but I just assumed that
that's kind of what her look was. Is like, I mean, yeah, everyone has probably 2 parents.
I just assumed that my parents were no longer around. I just assumed that my parents were no longer around, and that's why, like, I, was left here. But no, my dad is alive. My mom's not. My dad's been on the run because of him, and like points in the general direction that she remembers Scorn being in. It's been a whole thing. He's trying to claim ownership of the city of Brass, and for some reason I'm preventing him from doing that. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
And I would really like some answers.
Okay. Well,
but
how do we get those preferably safely? Or like how do we get you all out safely? Or like, safe. Like that safe is currently my main concern. Like if whatever else you guys want to do, I'm here. But
hey, I mean, I don't think getting out safely is too much of a problem. But
Eleira, I see a thought, so
it was a total. I thought the scene or the exchange might be wrapping up. I just want to really highlight Becca having the spontaneous generation pun / joke because a whole generation appeared. It was great.
Awful. Awful.
I fucking broke for a while. I needed to make a call. I needed to make sure it was highlighted.
Yeah, we saw it.
Then I recommend not looking at the Earth chat until after.
What do the rest of you want to try to do? Parody says, like gesturing at Skaldi and Gwen.
If we can get anything out of him information-wise, and anyone wants to talk to him or think he'd be willing to talk to a specific person, we can do Dream again. And somebody can go speak with him. Murmur could do that if she's still on good terms with her father, she can see what his plans are. Possibly.
Could I speak with him?
You could speak, anybody could speak with him, and you can be friendly or foe.
I still feel like removing him from the board is the more efficient system, but I see what you're saying.
No,
While we know that he's currently, I literally just saw him asleep. So, like, I know he's sleeping right now.
Yes.
This isn't a toss-up. This is like a in-the-moment kind of thing.
I just feel like if we do this, it's gonna... Yeah, but I feel like if we engage this, it's gonna remove any advantage we have of a sneak attack on his unconscious self.
Well, she doesn't have to look like herself. It could just be...
As someone who's hyper-paranoid in general, I assume he probably is too if he's engaging these machinations, so, like, any dream engagement's gonna trigger a higher awareness and defensiveness, I'm assuming.
What were you saying?
It might...
Bliss?
Yeah.
You're pointing up, which on my screen looks like you're pointing at me, so I thought you were just, like, agreeing with me.
I thought you were pointing at me.
This usually means
I didn't
I'm
raise my
trying.
hand?
Yeah, usually this means I'm trying to point to somebody, and then we'll say their name when people stop talking. So,
well, in that case, I will just not forgive my filibuster. I'm in the middle of it. The floor is mine. You
cannot delay the vote.
Oh my god, awful.
So what were you saying?
So with the dream spell,
yes,
he can't
It's the
tell
same
where
thing that
I'm
you used to contact your father with.
right, and he can't tell where I am, right? And can I use it here in the mansion, or do I have to be out there?
I don't think you could be in the mansion. I think we had to
Okay.
do that in the room last time.
Okay.
But let's see, what was it?
Pretty sure you have to be on the same plane.
You can appear monstrous and terrifying. He's already having it looked like he was having a nightmare when I
Sure.
was flying by. It looked like he was having a nightmare, but if you do, you can only say no more than 10 words and he must make a
That's basically that's an option to
let's
like
do this.
hurt him instead of having a conversation.
Yeah,
Let's
so
do
you can
this.
converse with him and you can make the environment look however you want. You can look however you want. Or you can try to scare him.
Or
But you wouldn't really
technicality,
be able to talk.
you can't do it from the mansion because it has to be on the same plane, but otherwise that's the only restriction is it has to be on the same plane.
Right.
And the creature's known to you.
So let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go out there. Parody, if you could stand guard, that would be great, and maybe Skaldi. We'll do this. And then I don't know. I guess we could leave. We could start heading back for the city of sea and sky, or I can try to get in touch with Irona and let her know what's going on, and we can wait for them to arrive, or we can go back. But I need to know what this obsession is. I don't understand. And I can't just take him down without any answers. And without telling Murmur. I feel like I just started to get her trust barely, and it would be a major violation of that trust if, hey, I'm back and I killed your dad.
Yeah, that's the only
You
thing
know?
I kind of understand.
Yeah.
And I could use the command spell again to tell him to stay asleep while he's asleep, and then we shove him into the mansion, and then you'll both be on the same plane in a safer place. And you can do whatever dream stuff you need to, and we can drop him off at Irona's and maybe secure him there. There's
I
a
would
lot of
not
options.
drop him off at Irona. She doesn't want to see him.
I think it's just too risky because he's sleeping, but I don't know what the rest of the people look like, and it could be he has bodyguards right now, and I just don't know it.
Right, you weren't as a person, you were a bird. Right.
We can't. Well, even then, I don't know what the birds of prey look like other than just like their little medallion thingy.
If you had
The
if you had
signature
been
thing of
near
them is that
him,
they have some kind of flight capability. So
yeah.
that's
okay.
But if you were near him as a four-limbed being, they might have been obviously bodyguards in their behavior, but as a bird, they probably didn't respond to you. That's all I'm thinking.
Just because
yeah.
Just because Skaldi is being quiet, I would like to give Skaldi a chance to voice opinions on this using, obviously, facial expressions and no actual words. But...
Skaldi blinks.
Yeah. Does Skaldi have opinions one way or another on this current situation?
I mean, she's all for shooting him, but she mostly just wants to keep Bliss safe, so standing guard for the dream spell and then going to get other people involved, depending on how that pans out, would be a good one.
Nice.
She's just toying with the bow and arrows right now. Checking her stock, being like, do I have poisons?
You've literally got necrolion blossoms. I think you're set.
Yeah.
We also have
I got
funky
other
fruit.
fun things. We do have funky fruit that gets weirder the longer we don't eat them, but we're still on day 1 with them, so we're good.
Fine.
Still didn't add that to my inventory.
Yeah, you guys have had a long day. It's been a very long day.
Check
for
the
you guys
notes.
so far.
Well,
I wrote down what everyone got.
Elena's just like, everyone getting out and being alive sounds great. That's my goal from like here on out with missions with you guys. Is just everyone. And Priority's just like, I'm down for whatever needs to happen. I just need direction. I mean, we have grand masters here that we could talk to if we want to just go to the highest ups here. I mean, there's probably at least some birds of prey here, but even if there are like a decent amount, I'm fairly certain our entire student body outnumbers them. But also there being a giant war in the middle of the temple does sound really awful.
Especially with some other innocent people who were just trying to seek refuge after what happened. So
Yeah.
we can make a plan of attack afterwards. I don't know, maybe we draw him away from the temple elsewhere where we can all. But that's besides the point. I want to talk to him, or at least try. And then we can go from there.
I think I simplified my earlier plan, if anyone is interested.
Ambush?
Up to you. No, up to you. We can go in disguised as any of, or I guess, plus you don't actually have to be disguised. You could just dress like someone who is part of the temple. And if you take
Kind of looks down at her clothes like, I already am.
If you take the Magnificent Mansion door, quotey fingers, sleeping bag, bedroll, and just like drape it over him, he will just fall into the Magnificent Mansion if the door is face down. And that is pretty subtle, and I can just cast the illusion of him still in bed as you pull it away or as you walk away to like make it look like he's just laying there. But we don't have to do much else than that to get him alone.
Didn't Gwen say he was under watch?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like if you look like a temple worker,
he's under.
it's just adding a blanket to him. He could vanish, and you pull it back, and
there is one individual in the room. You guys don't know if there are people in the hallway. You don't know if there's an invisible guard. You don't know anything else besides that there's one other person in that room.
Like this is my new idea is pretty inconspicuous.
But I mean, if you want to use the dream spell, you can use the dream spell and test it out that way, or if you want to try to attack first, these are the options.
Do the dream spell right now from here. Like that's probably the easiest, to be honest. You're right. I keep forgetting that that's on the table.
Do what from here?
The dream spell.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to do that first before even attempting any sort of kidnapping. Just because we don't know who else is around, if anyone else is around, to keep watch on him. So it's a bit of a risk.
Okay. Well, unless we want to get the startings of the dream thing done, we can also just wrap up here because it is 10 o'clock.
It is. So I'm good with wrapping and picking up with that next time.
Well, fine.
You guys just need to make a choice by next session of your plans of attacks so we can just start running through them. Cool. Good job, y'all. You're in a very messy situation, and you guys did find an answer that didn't require anything more than just talking to a god and getting some skin tone changes. So beyond that, thank you for the peeps who came in and watched. Some of us will see you at PAX Unplugged. The rest of us will see you here maybe in December if we end up doing a December session, which we'll see if it works in a little bit.
We're gonna.
I feel like green skin is the orange skin of a purple tiefling, so I'm going to start speaking in Trumpisms.
No, please, I beg.
I will shoot you.
I'll allow it.
No hesitation. Skaldi will shoot you.
On that note, guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. We're going to see if we can find some cool peeps to send you off to, but for now, we'll just see you next time.
We're going to cast the best